5 trees have been planted in your name in Songmo, Sikkim. Green certificate may be presented to Mr. Sharat Kashinath Barve. Mr. Anil Kumar Rai. And also to Mrs. Ruchi Agarwal. Now may I request Mrs. Ruchi Agarwal to facilitate dignitaries on the dais. HL. HL is being presenting a book which is known as a must-read for every Indian, titled Why Bharat Matters by Shri S. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs. In this book, Shri Jaishankar explains the role of India's rising diplomacy for attaining global stability and why our foreign policy in a globalized world matters to all citizens. The book may be presented to now Dr. Mayank Dwivedi. And also Mr. Govt. Thank you so much, all the dignitaries. This is all from the felicitation ceremony. Now I would like to hand over podium to my colleague, Mr. Govt, to take us through the proceedings of the day. Mr. Govt.
Thank you, Himanshu, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you are aware, this is in the series of a lot of MSME conclaves which comes under the mandate of MOD. We have been organizing such programs in past, and there are two organizations in addition to MOD, which is the parent body for this scheme. FICCI and HAL in Lucknow, we collaborated together, and both the organizations have commitments to develop MSME ecosystem, not only MSME but startup ecosystem in defense sector. Particularly this program is discussing about the state, how this scheme is being leveraged by a lot of MSMEs in the defense sector to build up a manufacturing ecosystem. So I welcome you all here, and to further proceed with the program, I would now request our chair for UP State Council, FICCI UP State Council, Shri Manoj Gupta ji. He is also the chairman for MKU Limited. Sir. Sanjay Singh, CGM UPDIC. He is also joined through an online link. Colonel Sanjay Singh, can you hear me? No, I believe there is some issue with this virtual link. So this link is being sorted out. I will switch to the next speaker. And to deliver the special address, we have with us Shri Sharat Kashinath Barveji, who is General Manager, ASERDC HAL Lucknow. Sir, may I request you to kindly deliver your special address? Sir, from you.
Yeah, very good afternoon to everyone. I extend my warm welcome to the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I think there are ladies, I don't see, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, HL being a nodal DPSU takes pride in partnering this event in association with FICCI as per the direction of Department of Defence Production, Ministry of Defence, under the scheme Promotion of MSME. The theme of the enclave, as we all know, is enhancing regional capabilities through MSME Defence Cluster Development in Uttar Pradesh. So FICCI and HL have tried to bring together various institutions playing important but different and complementary role in Indian defence sector. In that, we have Department of Defence Production, MOD, DRDO Research Center, Defence Manufacturing Industries and Associations, National Stock Exchange, Defence export reached in the financial year 2024 up by almost 32.5%. It has come up. Till April 2023, a total of 606 industrial licenses were issued to 369 companies operating in the defence sector. India's annual defence production is expected to touch 3 lakh crore by 28-29, along with arm export of almost 50,000 crores as announced by our Honorable Raksha Mantri. Just after COVID in 2020, Honorable Prime Minister gave a clarion call on Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliant India, for the first time. The government's Atmanirbhar Bharat Self-Reliant India initiative encourages domestic companies to develop cutting-edge defence products and reduce dependency on imports. To encourage R&D within the industry by startups and by academia, the MOD has announced schemes like Innovation for Defence Excellence, that is IDEX, Technology Development Fund, that is TDF. Additionally, the establishment of 2 defence industrial corridors in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu aims to boost indigenized production, attract investment and foster innovation in defence technologies. HL has traversed its success journey along its vision of being a global leader in the aerospace and defence industry. The history and growth of HL is synonymously with the growth of aeronautical industry in India for more than 80 years. We are engaged in design, development, manufacturing, repair, overhaul, upgrade. HL is also actively engaged and is contributing to the space program of the country. We have also successfully exported our products and services to various countries over the years and in the process of enhancing the exports. HL's current programs includes manufacturing program as well as repair and overhaul programs. In manufacturing, we have aircraft like LCA Mark 1, that is what we call all Tejas, STT-40, this is a trainer, ALH Mark 3, this is the latest version of ALH helicopter, Dornier 228, a transport aircraft and civil transport aircraft, LUH LCH helicopter, Su-30 MKI and its engine AL-31 FP engines. So these are the manufacturing programs. In repair and overhaul, we have been overhauling Jaguar, Mirage, their upgrades, Su-30 MKI, Hawk, Dornier, DO-228 and helicopters like ALH, Chetak. Our indigenized design and development programs are LCA Mark II, this is the upcoming program, IMRH, this is a helicopter in the line with Me-17, a 13-ton helicopter. Similarly, for deck base, MRH, that medium role helicopter, this is also an upcoming development. AMCA, you must be hearing, this will be advanced aircraft in years to come, so that is also in the design phase. And Su-30 upgrade, whatever Su-30s are there, they are getting upgraded to the latest stage technology. As per the vision and directive of Government of India, HL has aligned itself with the procurement policies for supporting and strengthening MSME ecosystem. HL has over 16,000 registered suppliers, out of which more than 30% are MSME. They are almost around 5,500. Out of HL's total domestic procurement of around 3,000 so far, procurement from MSC is almost of the order of 1,700 approximately, which is almost 52%. HL is also taking up ab initio design and development of systems and LRUs to reduce import. HL has Make 1, Make 2 policies in sync with government's DAP to 2020. Out of total 2,500 lines notified by MOD in different PILs, 500 lines pertain to HL. So HL is responsible for developing these items within the country. HL Lucknow has uploaded around 7,152 products on Government of India Srijan portal. HL has also registered itself at TRDS platform, that is RXL, IL and M1 exchange, which facilitates financing of trade receivables to MSMEs. HL considers MSMEs as important partners in design manufacturing and MRO programs. Friends, the dream of self-reliant in defense sector can be achieved only when nation, ecosystem and supply base in the sector is well developed and matured. Uttar Pradesh is the 4th largest state in India and the 3rd largest economy within the country. The state also ranks first in terms of number of MSMEs in the country. Emerging domestic sector, especially MSMEs, have a significant role to play in India's journey towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. This will help in more and more local value addition, reduce lead times as well as cost reduction in value chain. At the last, I would say that MSMEs and startups are known for exhibiting innovation, agility and flexibility. What large sectors could achieve in defense, MSME can definitely do. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, on his occasion of completing 10 years of Make in India, proudly mentioned, and I quote that, the imprint of Make in India has become visible across sectors, including areas where we never even dreamt of making an attempt. Given the opportunity and right support, MSME sector is poised to become important contributor to defense sector of the country and is achieving vision of Vikasit Bharat for 2024. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing a detailed perspective on the behalf of HEL, sir. You touched upon the budgetary allocation support in terms of coming from the Government of India, and how actually various schemes like IDEX and Aditi, and during the sessions we will have detailed presentations on these things, are actually encouraging our even tier 2, tier 3 suppliers to innovate, and that's how we are going to make a Atmanirbhar Bharat, as well as are going to achieve the export targets set by the Government of India. So we are, sir, quite hopeful and confident both to achieve these targets with the support of the bodies like HAL, sir. So thank you for sharing your perspective. So now once again I'm going back to Shri Manoj Gupta ji. Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Probably my voice is also coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We can hear you, sir. Voice is slightly faint, but we can hear you clear. Sir, so I would now request you to deliver a welcome address on behalf of FICCI. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Govt. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mayan Deveri, EMSRD, DRDO, Mr. Sharad Kashinath Barve, HAL, Dr. Anil Rai, DDG, Industries, MOD, Colonel Sanjay Singh, UPDIC, and Ms. Ruchi Agarwal, AGM, HAL, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to speak at this August gathering on behalf of FICCI. We are thankful to the Department of Defence Production, Ministry of Defence for allowing FICCI to be partner with HAL in organizing state-level Defence MSME Conclave on enhancing regional capabilities through MSME Defence Cluster Development in Uttar Pradesh. Today, factors such as changing nature of warfare, the militarization of forces, the increasing incidence of terror activities, and rapid modernization of armed forces are fueling the growth of defense and autonomous technologies market. Thus, governments of different countries are scrambling to procure and maintain an inventory of advanced warfare equipment and unmanned systems to maintain deterrence and peace. Besides, with the changing geopolitical scenario, there is increasing interest of the global community in the Indian defense sector for meeting their requirements. In response to the increasing global supply-demand gap, the defense sector in India has seen a significant surge in investments from domestic and international players. This increased participation and the influx of investments are clear indicators of confidence and growth potential of Indian defense industry. I am certain that today's deliberation in the MSME Conclave will be fruitful in providing all relevant stakeholders with information and access to avenues for investments in defense manufacturing in Uttar Pradesh, along with special incentives and handholding accessible for industries, MSMEs, and startups to set up manufacturing units and avail financial support in the state. Given the promising strides that the Indian defense manufacturing industry has made, the cumulative foreign direct investment in the defense sector has reached more than 5,000 crores until 2024. Liberalization of defense production policies and initiatives like Make in India have been crucial in attracting private sector participation. In the last financial year, 23-24, 606 industrial licenses were issued to 369 companies operating in defense sector, and this indicates the growing number of companies interested in entering the defense manufacturing sector. Ladies and gentlemen, we at MKU are extremely bullish about the opportunities for defense sector, especially for SMEs. MKU has been in this sector for almost 4 decades and today has a global presence. Recently, we have started 2 new units in Keynote of the UP Defence Corridor for backward integration to consolidate our indigenous manufacturing capabilities. And these items, let me tell you, are import substitute items also. We are also looking at expanding into other sectors like MRO and are already looking at opportunities both in India and abroad. We now see huge possibilities for industry to make a mark in this sector, especially because of favorable policies of the Government of India and putting both towards procurement and also in encouraging exports. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, FICCI is India's largest and oldest apex chamber of commerce. Its history closely interwoven with India's struggle for independence, industrialization, and emergence as one of the fastest growing global economies. FICCI has been supporting policymakers in designing appropriate policies and regulations with the support of industry views. FICCI is committed to synergistic industry engagement and policy advocacy with the Ministry of Defence, Armed Forces, DPSUs, DRDO, academia, and foreign OEMs to push government's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. FICCI Defence and HLS Committee works closely with relevant stakeholders to build public-private partnership opportunities in military, MRO sector, and equipment sustainment, promote indigenization and integration of MSMEs, and encourage startups in supply chain of OEMs and system integrators. It aims to work towards defense production and growth in defense exports. FICCI continues to play proactive role in strengthening the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We recognize the government's priority for the defense sector, which is also visible in the capital outlay presented in Union Budget. The defense sector was granted rupees 1,72,000 crore for capital procurement, which will further strengthen the Indian defense industry. We are also pleased to note the importance and care the government has accorded to developing defense R&D in this Union Budget, which would be critical to developing cutting-edge defense technologies. I am aware that some of our young entrepreneurs are building indigenous products and solutions in Uttar Pradesh. I would urge industry to invest more in R&D and innovation, engage in cutting-edge research, and generate intellectual property in Uttar Pradesh. The state has immense potential to develop a robust defense industrial complex with a significant presence of MSMEs supplying to larger Indian OEMs. Given the location, facilities, infrastructure, and availability of various manufacturing units in the state, I am confident that Uttar Pradesh is poised to to contribute significantly to the overall vision of Atmanirbharta in Raksha Utpadan in days to come. I wish to share that private sector is very zealous about contributing to the vision of Raksha Atmanirbharta on a much larger scale. We look forward to enhancing our participation in defense contracts from current 25% to 50% of annual domestic defense production by 2050. As I conclude my speech, I am sure this conclave will highlight the tremendous potential of our budding defense startups in MSMEs in Uttar Pradesh to not only fulfill domestic requirements but also set our sights on meeting global demands. I am sure the conclave will provide a unique platform for all stakeholders, MSMEs, startups, OEMs and academia to collaborate and innovate to achieve self-reliance in defense manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, as India is becoming a global power, a robust and self-reliant defense capability is paramount to this vision. FICCI and its member industries are committed to accelerating our efforts to realize this national goal and support the development of defense R&D and manufacturing hub in Uttar Pradesh. Together, we will ensure that India not only meets its defense needs but also emerges as a leader in the global defense market. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. So you very rightly set the context for the day, and then how the collaboration between among these important players, industry association like FICCI is playing a proactive role there. A strong DPSU partner like HAL here, and we have a lot of innovative industry in this segment. So how we can collaborate, all of us can collaborate and make this Atmanirbhar Bharat mission really a successful one. So thank you for sharing your perspective, sir. Now I would move to the another speaker who joined us through online link, Colonel Sanjay Singh, CGM UPDIC. Sir, can you hear me? Colonel Singh, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? I believe there is some issue still, though Colonel Singh has joined. Is there? Colonel Sanjay Singh, can you hear me? No, I think he can't hear me now. So just to keep the pace of the program, we would again, he can hear now? Okay. Colonel Sanjay Singh, can you hear me? Colonel Sanjay Singh? Not, I think, still not, the connect is not there. So we would move to the next speaker, and we have with us to share a perspective on defense MSME policies and incentives. We have with us Sri Anil Kumar Rai ji, DDG from DDP, Ministry of Defense. Sir, can you have us?
Jai Hind to all of you. It's my pleasure to deliver a talk in this August gathering. The topic for the day slightly modified. It's the step taken by the government to promote Make in India and Atmanirbharta in defense sector. So all of you will agree that when it comes to Atmanirbharta in defense sector, it's not the economic imperative, but it's the strategic imperative. The strength of any country military is not decided by the sophisticated armory, which is held by the country in its inventory, that is being procured from outside without any innovation and just outright purchase, but it is decided by the industries, basically the MSME, who are backing it, who can supply the arms and ammunition at the short notice to sustain the war at the long time. The industry who are nurtured over a long period of time, the industry who can produce within shortest possible time and the quality material, the industry who are loyal to their country and not the, basically with the mindset of increasing the profit when country need them. So as you know, India is basically surrounded by its adversary. So we have to have a strong industrial base, basically the MSME. So we have to give opportunity to industry, and you know, during the COVID time, the industry produced the COVID vaccine. It not only supported India, but it also supported the entire world. So we are having a strong potential, only opportunity has to be there. And the same thing is happening with defense sector. We produce world-class missile, maybe surface to surface, surface to air, air to air, surface to water, water to air. So all kind of different range missile we produce. We produce world-class weapon. We produce world-class artillery system. We produce world-class tank, submarines, the aircraft carrier, different kind of airborne system like light utility helicopter. We produce LCA. So we are having our own FCS system to support different kind of active and passive weapon system. So basically, when you develop your armament in your country, you also support your friendly country. You create employment, you create foreign exchange into your country. And to boost Atmanirbharta, basically government has taken a step and to say no import or complete ban on the import below 200 crore. You need a global tender inquiry exemption from the government, and then you can go for the import. So basically, directly or indirectly, government has supported Make in India and Atmanirbharta. Earlier, the word local becomes synonymous with the low quality, but now the government has given emphasis on the vocal for local and respect for Make in India. Historically, the economy of the country was based on the agriculture, and 60 to 70% of the consignment was being imported. But now the situation has changed. 60 to 70% of the consignment is being produced within the country and balance is being imported. We are having a strong base of 16 DPSU, Defense Public Sector. We are having a strong base of approximately 430 licensed company and more than 16,000 MSME. And of the total defense production budget, 21% comes from the different private sector company. The cornerstone of Atmanirbharta is basically with the two words, that is self-belief. Earlier, left, right, and center we used to procure from outside without giving any emphasis on Make in India and Atmanirbharta. You also appreciate when a person is in India, he is not able to do much. The same person when goes to outside, he is CEO of some company, he does a miracle work. So why this is happening? Basically, it is the ecosystem which is not supporting so much. But now the government is also supporting, giving a strong base of ecosystem. So possibly the ecosystem has to be there. The government is celebrating 2025 as the year of transformation. The faster procurement timelines, cutting down the archaic process, eradicating entry barrier for new player, MSME, startup, providing level playing field to all, and other steps are being taken. However, many more has to come to boost Atmanirbharta. So I will explain few of the reforms taken by the government to boost and to inbuild the Make in India and Atmanirbharta in the defense sector. The first one, the public procurement localization. Earlier, DPP, that is Defense Procurement Policy 2016 was there, then 2020 came, and government has given a priority for buy Indian IDTM, that is indigenously designed, developed and manufactured. Earlier, the indigenous content was 40%, now it is minimum 50%. So if you design any weapon and if IC content falls below 50%, so you have to Indianize those systems to increase the indigenous content more than 50%. The same thing is happening in case of Buy Indian category. The IC content is again 50%. The Buy Global category, earlier you used to import the system, there was no concept of localization. But now 30% localization content has to be there, maybe through offset category. Government has introduced Make 1, Make 2 and Make 3 category of Make in India initiative that involve design, development and manufacturing of military hardware. In Make 1 category, basically the industry sit with the user, sit with the army, and they see the weapon system, they see the hardware system design, and government provide approximately a limit of 70% support. In Make 2, different kind of, it is industry funded, so different kind of components, etc. are being designed and developed. The Make 3 category, various kind of critical military hardware which are import nature that can be indigenized. There is a concept of strategic partnership model. You can create a partnership with the foreign OEM, those items you can manufacture within India. Leasing model have been come into picture. If the system is costly, you can lease those items from foreign country and you can use, and then you pay the cost. The next is IDEX, that is Innovation for Defense Excellence. The speaker is there to discuss about the details, so I will touch only about the main concept. So IDEX was launched by Honorable PM on 11th April 2018. So roughly 3 months are short to complete 7 years. So this is basically primarily aimed for MSME and startup. Earlier, the defense manufacturing or design or development was restricted only to DRDO and few public sectors. But now, these things are available at the door of startup. Those who can take the challenges, so they can come forward through IDEX, they can develop the item. Till date, approximately 381 contracts have been signed with the IDEX winner. There was a need to have more support, and therefore the Aditi scheme was launched by the government, that is aiding development of innovative technology with IDEX. The technology which are futuristic, the technology which are critical to country, and you need more support. So for those schemes, the Aditi scheme have been launched by the government. Recently, Aditi 2 and Aditi 3 scheme was launched by Honorable RM on 7th October and 29th October. So basically, all the critical technology are being developed through Aditi scheme. There is a concept, the third, so there is a concept of PIL, that is positive indication list. Earlier it was known as the negative indication list. So DMA as well as DDP has launched two kind of PIL. DMA has launched approximately 509 items, so and DDP has launched more than 5,000 items. So as per those lists, after a certain period of time, those items cannot be imported. So basically, the items which are being imported by the country, so those items are being listed. So over a last 4 years, DMA has published the list. First list was 101 item, then 108 item, again third list 101 item. So like this 509 items have been published by DMA, and these items cannot be imported. And some of the items like artillery weapon system, assault rifle, corvette, sonar system. So these kind of end equipments are there. Parallelly, DDP has also published more than 5,000 items. Both are basically sub-assemblies and different kind of assemblies being used in the weapon system. And to support this, these items are available on the Srijan portal. Srijan portal is being maintained by DDP. All the items which are being imported by the different DPSU and the government or the basically services, they are available on this Srijan portal. Anyone can go, log in, see the item, what is the approximate cost, how much quantity is being imported. So everything is available on the portal. And whenever any DPSU goes for the global tender inquiry, or so they need exemption. So the exemption criteria is that the item should be available on Srijan portal. If any industry is not interested, then you can go for the import. Otherwise, you cannot go for the directly outright purchase. So this is helpful. The next is the record defense export. Defense export has crossed more than 21,000, and in this year it is going to cross 30,000 crore. And government has taken initiative to have the target more than 50,000 by 2029. Earlier, the defense attaché are basically are being posted by the government to those countries to whom we are importing. But now that there is a mind shift, and now we are posting defense attaché to those countries to whom we can do the export. So this is a mindset. Government has also taken a various steps to boost the export. Export leads to which we are getting is being published on the online portal. This is being given to all MSME, and they can supply those items. Regular review meetings are being held with the defense attaché at the level of defense secretary, additional secretary, and joint secretary. Regular meetings are also held with the DPSU. Webinars are also being arranged with the foreign funding country. Then Aero India and Defense Expo are the platform where this exchange is there. End user certificate have been designed and simplified to boost the defense export. There is a record defense production. In 23-24, we have crossed more than 1 lakh crore. So roughly it is 1.26 lakh crore. And with respect to previous year, that is 22-23, it is more than 17%. And by 2029, it will have more than 3 lakh crore. So basically, this defense production will ultimately lead to employment generation in the country, and this will also the entropy of the system, the entropy of the entire ecosystem will increase with the defense export. The morale of the forces will also increase because the industry will be there at the backyard to support them when it need during the war time, so they know the industry are there. FDI, in case of FDI, 74% is there with the automatic route, and with the government route it is 100%, but only SAB has established their plant or through the 100% FDI for 84mm RL, that is recoilless weapon. That country is still imported. So this opportunity is there for the industry, and as on February 2024, more than 5,000 crore FDI have been reported by the company operating in defense sector. Then defense budget is also not a constraint. Roughly 2% expenditure is there of the GDP. So for 24-25, 6.2 lakh crore defense budget is there. 28% goes to capital expenditure, and 15% goes to revenue expenditure. So basically, ample opportunity are there for the industry. And government has also taken initiative that 25% of this domestic capital procurement budget have been earmarked for the private sector. 2 industrial corridors have been established, one in UP, 6 corridors are there. So one in Tamil Nadu. So they provide a opportunity for the growth of domestic manufacturer. Defense R&D, government has taken an initiative. Earlier, defense R&D was earmarked only for DRDO. But now government has taken initiative. 25% of the defense budget will have the expenditure through private industry. So this is a earmark shift in the defense R&D. Then in Technology Development Fund, the limit have been increased from 10 crore to 50 crore. So giving a budget for the industry. And DRDO has also launched Dare to Dream Innovation Contest to support startup and other industry. The success story are Indian Light Tank. Indian Light Tank is being developed by DRDO and L&T. So by industry partner, attacks are there. Again, 2 industry partners are there. Dhanush is there. Then Pinaka Guided is there. Then LCA is there, different kind of submarines, aircraft carrier. MCA, that is Advanced Medium Compact Aircraft. 2 versions are there, Mark 1 for 5th generation, Mark 2 6th generation with the help of ADA, HL and private industry. So these are the few of the extreme success story which are running through MSME and private sector. Government has also established Defence Investor Cell. If you are having any query related to defense production, you can come through this Defence Investor Cell and they will clarify your doubt. There is a concept of Indo-Russian cooperative cooperation. Basically, various spare component, the end weapon system are if of the Russian origin. So through this, you can do the indigenization. There are various equipment in which the material component, etc., of the foreign origin. So government has also taken initiative for the indigenization of component and spare used in defense platform, so that you can do. The licensing procedure have been simplified and the cumbersome procedure have been removed. The initial validity of industrial license granted under IDR Act have been increased from 3 years to 15 years. And at the last, the purchase preference have been given to local supplier through the public procurement order 2017 by the DPIIT. So with these words, I'd like to conclude my talk. Thank you and Jai Hind to all of you.
Thank you very much. Though this is a very detailed presentation by Shri Anil Kumar Rai ji on the various policy schemes, and various, encouragements, equipment, models through which the Government of India is encouraging MSMEs and startups to take part in defense manufacturing and to innovate. So we are now again going back to Colonel Sanjay Singh. Colonel Sanjay Singh, can you hear me now?
Sir, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. We can hear you very loud and clear now. So I'm now requesting you to deliver your talk on the initiative for defense industry. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Although I have a presentation, but then I will be comfortable in speaking unless you want me to share my presentation.
No, sir. You can go extempore. I think that would be really great.
Okay, fine. So, thank you all to the organizers. I give my salutes to all the people who are sitting on the dais, and my apologies for the technical glitch because of which I was unable to join earlier as per the scheduled time. But not wasting any time further, I am here representing the government of UP as Chief General Manager, UP Defence Industrial Corridor, and effectively I will be showcasing as to what all the government is doing in order to promote this Atmanirbharta. We are walking the talk, and how far we have been able to do it, it will subsequently open up on the canvas as I go further in my presentation or on my talk. A lot has been said by the previous speakers as to what all initiatives have been done by the central government, so I will not touch upon that. But then if I am only allowed to summarize the journey so far about this Atmanirbharta, I can safely say that the journey has been from the defense procurement procedure to the defense acquisition plan. Why I say so? Because it's not that it all started just about a few years back or something. Somewhere in 2002 to 2016, the emphasis was on the indigenous design and manufacturing of weapon systems. Then in 2018, the introduction of the defense production policy came in. Subsequently in 2020, the defense acquisition procedure came in, acquisition plan came in, which paved the way for, as Mr. Rai was talking about, the indigenization list, that is 509 items. Subsequent to that, last year, May 2024, the announcement by the government was one major announcement in the world which also shook the ammunitions. services imported, out of these 150 would be banned with effect from 31st March 2025. That opened up what? That opened up a floodgate for almost about a $30 billion ammunition market. And because of which there is a mad rush now for making these ammunitions in our country. I'll subsequently tell you as to how it is taking shape in UP Defence Industrial Corridor. Now, if I go back this slightly in the history, sometimes in February 2018, when the Honorable Prime Minister announced about the two Defence Industrial Corridor, aerospace ecosystem at a place it can't be next to you can say a soap manufacturing unit. So because of which the government of UP went in to acquire almost about 1600 hectares of land at these 6 places. And then in July 2018 probably UP became the 4th state in the country which came out with the defense and aerospace policy. This was basically to have a step forward in ease of doing business, to give confidence to the users, and also incentivize these investors to come and join the bandwagon called the UP Defence Industrial Corridor. The UP per se it boasts of about 47 national highways, 6 express highways, almost about 11,757 kilometers of road. Probably one of the only state in the country which boasts of all the 4 modes of the multimodal connectivity, whether it is rail, road, river or air. We also talk of the 57% of the eastern dedicated freight corridor which passes through UP. So all these things are the plus points or the highlights for which the fillip has been given to the investment in the defense and aerospace sector in UP. Now what has happened till date? After the land acquisition and all took place, which effectively takes almost about a year and a half or 2 years. Today we proudly say that 196 hectares of land in Aligarh is all saturated. 162 hectares of land in Lucknow all saturated. 217 hectares of land in Kanpur all saturated. Out of 1086 hectares of land in Jhansi, about 600 hectares have already been allotted to the allottees, and then about 100 hectares of land left in Chitrapur. Because of the high demand, the government has in principle approved the second phase acquisition of land in Aligarh, Lucknow and Kanpur, which is already in a very advanced stage. So today we talk of total 168 MOUs. When I say MOUs, it's about 25 of them are non-industrial, just with the educational institutions, center of excellence, banking partners and all. And 143 are with the investors. Out of 8,000 crore rupees investment intent, of which 9,000 crore rupees of investment is getting realized by way of these 49 allotments which have been given land in various in these 6 nodes of UP Defence Industrial Corridor. Now, if I talk of the broadly the ecosystem that is coming up, Jhansi is by default coming up as ecosystem for the explosives and the propulsion system. BrahMos is there in Lucknow. Adani with its one of the largest ammunition manufacturing plant in Kanpur is already functional. My 3 units in Aligarh are already functional. How is it? How are this? Is it getting a fillip? Because of the dedicated and unbridled effort of the government to ensure that 100% infrastructure is placed at these nodes in time, so that these units can start producing. Mr. Manoj Gupta was there, who gave the opening address. He can vouch for it that two of his industries are already functional in Kanpur. So something can be told to them. There are incentives which are being provided currently as per the policy of 2018, which have been provided by the government of UP is broadly, I can say, if you are an anchor unit, you qualify to be an anchor unit if you are proposing to invest more than 300 crore rupees in Madhyanchal area. That is in Agra, Aligarh, Kanpur and Lucknow. And about 200 crore plus rupees in Bundelkhand, that is in Jhansi and Chhatrapur. So if you are an anchor unit, you get 25% land subsidy. Then you get 7% capital subsidy. In addition to this, there are almost about 10 odd other incentives which are there. Industrial corridor. But all this time, it was the defense ecosystem. This was a wrong misnomer. UP always had a very sizable strength of the DPSUs that used to be functional in UP. That is HAL, Bharat Electronics, TCL, AWPL, Gliders India Limited, and ETOC and whatnot. Then the UP also boasts of the largest pool of the skilled manpower. Then we have got a largest ancillary base. So with all these things coming up, this UP Defence Industrial Corridor today, I will not be off the mark, I will not be wrong if I say it is becoming the choicest destination, and very soon the second biggest FDI is going to come in UP Defence Industrial Corridor. I will not name it now, but in about a month or so time, you will be able to hear it. In addition to all these things, the government had gone for a multi-pronged attack. UP government went in to sign an MOU with two centers of excellence, that is IIT Kanpur and IIT BHU. They are helping and assisting in incubation, research, and in fact, quite a few number of products have been brought from TRL 1 to TRL 9 in respect of these investors. And mind you, the complete funding for the R&D is being done by the government of UP. In addition to this, Government of India, Department of Defence, Ministry of Defence Production has approved 3 defence testing infrastructure schemes for UP. That is communications, unmanned aerial systems, and material and mechanical testing. 2 of them are coming up in IIT campus under the aegis of the Technopark, with the lead member Bharat Electronics Limited for the communications and HAL for the unmanned aerial system. With respect to material and mechanical testing, the land is being offered by the UP Defence Industrial Corridor at Lucknow Road, and the lead member is Mithani. As for the plan which has been put up to the Ministry of Defence, by February or March latest next year, all the 3 defence testing infrastructure will be functional. In addition to this, we have also gone for associating ourselves with certain banking partners to ensure that we can come up with some product which is easier for the investors to be given loan to. Because the biggest problem that happens in the defence and aerospace sector, unlike the FMCG, is that no banking, that is the retail banking, is willing to give them a sizable amount of loan for them to establish their facility. With multi-pronged efforts that are happening, this is all building up the confidence, and the figure that I gave you of 9,000 crore rupees getting realized, we are just about 5 years effectively old. From the day we were announced, from the day we leased out the first land, and the first land in the UP Defence Industrial Corridor was leased out on 9th of June 2021. So how much down the line we are? We are just about 4 years old. Then where we have reached, and we've got a long way to go. So this is all I wanted to bring to the knowledge of the audience which is there. Because most of the time I felt in the various forums when I go, that people are clueless about, they are not aware as to what are the things, what are incentives are being provided, what all support, handholding is being done by the government of UP to ensure that a good and thriving defense and aerospace ecosystem comes and exists in the state of UP. I finished my presentation with this, and I hope I was able to give some information which will be some use to the audience in near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Colonel Sanjay Singh. And sir, we are equally likewise confident that state of Uttar Pradesh will become one of the leading, the leading position as far as giving these incentives to the defense industry and realizing the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And thank you for sharing with us a lot of different initiatives and taken by the UPDIC. And we believe that UP Defense Industrial Corridor has become a very good instrument for industry to leverage all the benefits coming through central scheme routed through the state government, and also the various schemes which state government itself is running. So sir, thank you very much for joining us today for this program. Now,
For giving me this space. Thank you, sir.
thank you very much. So now we coming to the keynote address. May I request?
Shri Sharat Kashinath Barve, General Manager HAL, Colonel Sanjay Singh, CGM, UPDIC, Shri Manoj Gupta from MKU Industries, Ms. Ruchi Agrawal from HAL, Shri Anil Rai from DDP, all the officials from Department of Defence Production, HAL, and from FICCI, also the SIDBI, because one of the names I have seen is SIDBI also. Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to you all. First of all, let me clear that I am Dr. Mayank Dwivedi, DMSRD, Kanpur Director. I am not from Lucknow. Lucknow, the DTTC center is being looked after by Dr. Ashish Dubey. I think next session is going to speak. It gives me immense pleasure that I am among with you, because I always like to interact with industries, because prior to coming to DMSRD Kanpur 2.5 years back as director here, I was director industries in DRDO headquarters at DRDO Bhavan in Delhi. And that time I interacted with more than 2,500 industries personally. They were my tier 1 partners. And apart from that, if you say the total ecosystem, what I could develop, or rather my team could develop in DRDO during my 5.5 years tenure, there were more than 14,000 industries all over India. And why I am very much delighted to come here today, I am very much thankful to the organizers to give me this opportunity to interact with the industry partners, because I started, rather DRDO started the technology transfer of DRDO developed technology way back in 2006 or 7 with FICCI. And FICCI were the first partner with us. With their support, we started disseminating the technology, whatever DRDO developed, to various industries. Later the DRDO TOT policy, etc. they came. And that's how the story goes on. Today more than 2,000 technology transfer DRDO has carried out. And whatever was being discussed, ATX, etc. that I remember that when I was director DIITM at DRDO headquarters, that time those TOT were given. Because time is short already, we have overshot the time. So I will not take much time, but I will tell a few things. Being a scientist, last 36 years I am in defense R&D. So I would like to tell you that what shall we do and what shall not we do at all. Many things have been spoken by various honorable speakers. But today one thing you have to appreciate, that India is very strong in defense production and defense technologies. The testimony of that is, today you are able to make Joravar light tank with L&T, K9 Vajra by L&T, your ATEX, that advanced towed artillery gun system, 52 kilometer range, with Bharat Forge and Tata's, the Panaka missile system, advanced Panaka with EL Economic Explosive Limited. The BrahMos missile system, almost 86% has been indigenized completely except Ramjet engine with our Indian industries. We have data pattern for the fire control system. You talk about all the airframe, etc., again L&T, all the metallic assembly by Godrej. And if you go to public sector, the public sector, the HL, along with DRDO and RDI is a success story. The 83 numbers, earlier the supply order was given and more orders are coming, and LCA is the reality today. So like that, if you see, the industries have come up so well. As far as this 25% R&D budget is being given for the industries, is a very good step by the government. And as a matter of fact, DRDO till date has not taken a single project where the industry partners were not there. So anyway, more than 60% DRDO's R&D budget was going to industries for as a development partners. Because in every of our technology, there is an ecosystem where the industries are very much required, industry and academia both. And I will give you just one or two examples so that you will understand. Like Akash missile system way back was designed and developed by DRDO. It's one of the fantastic missile system, anti-air missile system. The SAM, surface to air missile system. 254 industries are in our ecosystem to develop the Akash missile system. Similarly, you talk about the ATEX, what we were discussing. Only two leading industries are there, Bharat Forge and Tata. But there are 462 more industries are there, which are developing various things. Somebody is making the upper carriage, lower carriage, somebody is manufacturing the muzzle brake, somebody is hydraulic system, somebody is control system. Like that is a complete ecosystem is required. And today, the way the technologies are being developed, the R&D has been done in India. Some R&D is done by DRDO, some R&D is being done by the industries. And finally, you can see the impact of that last year our export was 21,083 crores. And this year, as one of the speaker told, we are going to exceed 30,000 crores. Surely we are going to exceed 30,000 crores. This shows the way the things are coming up. Now the point is, this conference is very important, the MSME. The how to work with MSMEs and how to go about developing latest and advanced versions of various defense systems. Let me tell you with pride, the MSMEs are performing so well in various sectors. Today, DRDO does not work in the area of UAVs because we have found the industry's capabilities in UAVs are much, much superior, much better. There is no need to invest the public money into that. Rather, public money can be utilized somewhere else, where the niche areas are there, where the R&D is required to be done. And moreover, those capabilities do not exist with the industries. DRDO and all the public funded organizations must do only those technologies where the industries are not having the capabilities. We should not be duplicating or replicating the same thing what industries are doing. So that's how there's a very strong resolve DRDO has taken. We are nowadays developing only those technologies where the industries need us, where the technology is lacking, like directed energy weapon, laser weapons. That DRDO is doing, and successfully we have developed 2 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt or 30 kilowatt we are testing, and very soon you will listen to 100 kilowatt and 300 kilowatt, and we will go in future, in next couple of years or maybe 4 or 5 years, 1 megawatt. Today this capability has been established because this capability, wherever we are, the same way the entire world is, and rather we are in certain technologies superior to the Europe and America. Those are the technologies we have to tap. There if you see, the SME's role is fantastic. Almost each and everything is being done by the SMEs, and they are our development partners. Now we have opened up our defense R&D and our development program so much for the industries, then there is a big scope for the industry to work with us. In the same lines, we have developed the center in DTTC Lucknow, Defense Technology and Test Center. This center is one of the unique experiments done by DRDO. This is not a lab. This is a center where we are going to help only the industries. They can come, they can do the incubation of the new technology, they can get trained in various softwares, etc. They can get a skill development, and they can get any testing done It is not that this center will be having all the test facilities, rather we can link with various other laboratories of DRDO and on a marginal payment basis, because DRDO is non-profit making organization, is fully funded by public, is a government owned organization. So there we do not earn any profit from you. And we not only give you the test support, the technology development support, we do many such things. Like I give you one example, one company is the Sky Route. Those people are making, the first time a private company is making the rockets in India and the satellites, and they are going to do tests very soon. They wanted some carbon-graphite seals to be developed for their rocket systems by DRDO, and DMSRD Kanpur has taken a complete project and we have designed and developed those seals. Again, the carbon-graphite seals from various, the complete requirement of HAL has come to DRDO, almost 64 crores. Again, that technology we are developing and we are supplying those carbon-graphite seals to HAL also. The point I mean to say is, today DRDO has opened up its labs that industries can come and develop their design, they can develop their products and take the complete technology with you. Apart from various models to support the industries are there, where TOT model is there, then we have got TDF, where we fund the industry for the R&D. We have got DIA COE with IITs, etc. All over the India. Any academia along with the industry can come to take up any R&D work. Apart from that, all this one RDR policy has come. In the RDR policy, we are supporting industry because industry may not have all the facilities at their place. So they can come to DRDO, can develop that particular technology and supply to anybody whomsoever they want. And the complete technology and documentation will be given to the industry because they have funded it. Whatever the background IPR is there, that will be with DRDO. Whatever the foreground IPR is there, that will be either joint or it will be with the industry only. And let me tell you, big industries like L&T, etc., when L&T supplied the torpedoes to Myanmar, that time they wanted some intermediate console, complete software-based system. That NSTL Vishakhapatnam, one of my labs, they designed and developed. They charge no profit, no loss basis, somewhere around 2 crores rupees, and based on that supply order, that time we become the vendor and the industry become the vendee. And that's how the relationship goes. Another way, all the time you will find we are the vendor, you are the vendors. But that time the role reverses. And that's how we are supporting the industries. Finally, I would like to say, because the time is short, I will not take much time. There are enough provisions in the present government are there where you can properly utilize the complete support in terms of science and technology, in terms of finance, etc. There are various options available and I think kindly utilize them. If any issue is there, please contact us. And DRDO can contact me. All the details are there on internet. If you put my name, Dr. Mayank Dwivedi, every detail will come. Anyway, my email ID is director.dmsrd@gov.in. So you can contact me there also. And we will be very happy to support you. Reason I tell you why. The country cannot reach to Atmanirbharta. Country's GDP cannot reach to the level. Now we are already economy number 3, $3.89 trillion. Very soon we are going to cross 4.07, we are going to cross Germany and after that Japan. And after 4.7, when we cross Japan, we will be third economy in the world. But this third economy, why we are becoming? We are becoming because of industry support. The industry takes the country up. The GDP comes because of the industries. So this fact, we government officials, we realize very well and we understand. Until unless we support the private industry to the hilt, the country is not going to come up. So for making the country prosper, making the self-reliant and completely Atmanirbhar, I think we have to work in a synergy. The DRDO, the R&D organization, the industries, the academia, and of course the user, because user they give us the requirements. And that's how we have to work together and we make our country Atmanirbhar. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dwivedi. And yes, mutual trust, collaboration, and this thing is very important for all of us in the ecosystem. And you mentioned, thank you for mentioning the tech commercialization project. I remember when I joined FICCI, that project I heard about at several forums, a very, very successful initiative. taken by FICCI and DRDO. And sir, you also mentioned about various platforms done in collaboration with the DRDO as well as with the industry. And sir, completely agreed that, once design, development and manufacturing starts in the country, that is the actual thing. I mean, that the IP is the key of everything, of every innovation, every production. So I'm sure that definitely this collaborative approach, all of us will take this approach to make India Atmanirbhar and also develop world-class products in India, for India as well as for the world. With these words, I come to the final program of this inaugural ceremony, and I would like to invite my colleague, Colonel Sanjeev Punia from FICCI, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, Colonel Punia.
Thank you, Gaurav. First of all, I will not take much of time. Already we are behind schedule. Dr. Mike Dwivedi, outstanding scientist and director, DMSRD, DRD, Lucknow. Shri Sharad Kashinath Bhave, General Manager, ACRDC, HL, Lucknow. Colonel Sanjay Singh, CGM, UP Defence Industry Corridor. Shri Anil Kumar Rai, DDG, NDCD, DDP, MOD. Shri Manoj Gupta, Chair, PT, State Council and Chairman. Ms. Ruchi, DGM and Chair. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Kanapunia, for your vote of thanks. Now, we have mementos from HAL and FICCI, which is to be presented to the dignitaries, for which I would request Madam Ruchi Agarwal to kindly present the HAL mementos to our dignitaries, starting from Mr. Dr. Mayank Dwivedi. To Shri Anil Kumar Rai. To Shri Sharad Kashinath Barveji. And to Mr. Gaurav Gaur. Now, I would request Mr. Gaurav Gaur to kindly present the mementos from FICCI to Dr. Mayank Dwivedi. To Shri Anil Kumar Rai. To Shri Sharad Kashinath Barve. And to Mrs. Ruchi Agarwal. And I would request all the dignitaries to kindly join for the group photograph. Please. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So we are taking only 5 minutes break to just to change over this session. I would request my team to kindly change the nameplates, please. I would request all of you to kindly be seated. We will be starting in a short break in 5 minutes. So as we are moving to the next session, which is session number 1, which we have on opportunity for defense MSME startups, policy reforms in the defense sector, R&D incentives, positive indigenization list. For this, I would like to invite on the dais Mr. Rajendra Negi, Director Commercials, BrahMos Aerospace Limited, to kindly come on the dais, please. We have Dr. Ashish Dubey, Scientist F and Project Director DTTC, DRDO Lucknow, to kindly come and join the dais, please. We have Mr. Syed Farman Imam, Assistant General Manager, SIDBI. I think Dr. Dubey will join shortly, so should we start with our session? Yeah. Over to you, Mr. Rajan Negi. I think you have the PPT too.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. On behalf of Brahmos Aerospace, I am grateful to the Department and FICCI give us opportunity to be with. It's a sanguine moment for us because this is the place where we will make it a new home for us. Our integration plant is under construction, and very shortly, as and when this is handed over to us, we will operationalize it. In all probability, the latest version of our weapon system will be manufactured at Lucknow. I have about 10 minutes of time, so I will try and utilize it to the best effort of mine to give you some insight on the BrahMos weapon system. Why I intend presenting to you about the various versions of our system is for you to understand what kind of need we have. So our system, which is presently inducted into all the three services of the armed forces, requires almost every kind of technology you can think of. We use prime movers, we use power supply systems, we use communication system, we use electromechanical systems, we use hydraulics, electrical, rubbers, wires, fasteners. So the requirement is unlimited. But no, where is the receiver? Okay. A slight insight into our company, which is a unique company in terms of its the way it was formed in India. We are a joint venture of Government of India and Government of Russia, which each of the country having almost identical shareholding. We hold 50.5% of the shares, and the Russian government hold 49.5% of the shares. In addition, we also pool in our resources in terms of the technical manpower, the expertise, the technologies which are jointly developed. Just to understand that how this integration of the technologies between two countries has worked is from within 3 years of our forming of our joint venture, we were able to conduct the first flight test of our missile, which normally takes about 6 to 8 years. That happened only because we were able to take on the technologies from Russia and India we call it the process stock, and convert it into a functional workable missile. You can see the technologies which are there in the viewfoil. This is our organizational structure, almost equally spread between two countries. And DRDO is the major development arm for us. This would be of some interest to you. We are our DG Brahmos from DRDO, who is also our CONMD. He is the one who heads the organization and runs it on a day-to-day basis. We also have our integration plants at Hyderabad, Nagpur and Pilani. BAPL Lucknow will be the 4th integration plant for us. BAPL Delhi is our corporate headquarters. BATL Trivandrum is a unit which is located in Trivandrum, which was erstwhile Keltec of state government, taken over by us. In addition to that, we have some license cells at various places. All this is aimed at the audience who would like to understand where all we operate and where all these opportunities are there. So, this is just to make you understand that we have these kind of systems which are inducted into armed forces. It's working other way around. So, it is from multiple platforms, multiple trajectory and multiple targets. So, we have ship platforms which are basically steel structures with a whole lot of control systems, hydraulics, power systems integrated into it. In addition to that, a standard weapon system like ours will carry a fire control system and the required communication systems. Similarly, the land platform is a prime mover, which is where the mounted systems are put on the system, and it is one single platform is able to take on its task, because it has almost 5-6 types of capabilities built into one system. The air platform is it's a pride for us, it's a pride for India, and it's the only combat aircraft in the world carrying this class of weapon. No NATO country also carry this capability, and you will be surprised even Russians do not have this capability, because this has been jointly developed in India with a great effort of industry, the academia, and of course our engineers in BrahMos. HAL played a major part in this, where the aircraft modification has been done by HAL. Yeah, please. There is some issue in this. It's going. Okay. I think you have a different version. There's a PDF version which I had sent to you. Anyway, coming to our basic topic today, where we are looking at what do we have to offer to MSME or SME. BrahMos operate as an integrator. There is no manufacturing which goes on inside our own plants. Each and every component, systems, subsystem is outsourced from the industry. But it is developed on our design drawings, And while it is being manufactured for the first time, it is being qualified, we do all the hand-holding of the industries. We have, since 2010, when the mandate of, we made an internal mandate to ourselves before this Atmanirbhar became a buzzword. We started indigenization as Director DMSRD told that almost we have reached 80% of the indigenization in BrahMos missile, barring the ramjet engine and few other components. All this has been done over the past about 14 years, and it's a long drawn effort, because this class of weapon system, developing even a pin or a screw needs the same kind of qualification which a major subsystem, because they are all goes one into another. So every piece of item which goes into either the platform systems or in the missile has equal importance. Almost everything which has been made here or integrated into the system has also been tested for its life. Today, this missile is already about 18 years old and still performing very, very well. So if we go by the kind of technology which is going into him, we have the composite systems, we have warheads, we have propellant systems, explosives, almost 200 plus types of various alloys in steel, titanium, aluminum. We are using almost 23 types of rubbers of different grades. There are about 50 to 60 odd consumables, lubricants, and those kind of things being used. Among the other consumables like washers, nuts and all, they are about runs into about hundreds of varieties. So in all this, the missile per se is, the bomb of missile is approximately 1000 plus parts. And behind those 1000 plus parts, there are many more smaller parts. All that goes into it, and it is an opportunity as our business grows, as our integration capabilities grow, as the demand grows. Naturally, we will be requiring more and more people who will manufacture that. And it is always better that we have an ecosystem where it is manufactured in one place, where it is way easier for any one of us to interact with each other. However, let me also caution you that everything, each and everything which goes into the system undergoes a fairly stringent test. Not only the prescribed test for its acceptance or qualification, we also attest each and every industry which makes items for us. So that industry attestation also is part of our qualifying industry partner. We normally do not call our vendors as vendors. We normally call them as our industry partners. But there are opportunities for every type of industry, or every between public, private. If I start listing the firm or the industry partner which are working with us, we are working with HAL, we are working with ECL, we are working with Bell, we are working with BML. These are the PSUs or the DPSU. Midhani also is one of our major material suppliers. Among the private industries, Larsen & Toubro, Godrej and Boyce Manufacturing, Data Patents, Anand Technologies, these are the industries which are working for us. So you see the extent. It is from a very large, either PSU, DPSU, or a large private company, to a very, very small company. But most of it is being given from since we are an integrator, each and every item is not sourced by us directly. So we give our subsystem to the major industries who produce that item based on our specs. They in turn go down to their tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 industries who supply. So working for BrahMos is not a direct work for us. It is also working with our main tier 1 industry suppliers. So why I am saying this is because most of you, if want to supply to us directly or want to contact us directly, yes, we will guide you where to go. But it is not possible that every one of you or every system which is being supplied will be supplied to BrahMos. It will get integrated into our system through our tier 1 manufacturers or something, because we can't handle such large manufacturing or such diverse manufacturing. We are spread almost over the whole country. So we have people working in Noida for us, some forging units are there. HL Korba is making something for us for last about 25 years. Similarly, right from east, there are some extrusion units which are working in far east at Jamshedpur. There are people working as far as in Gujarat, down south Maharashtra. So it's spread across the country. And we are okay to work with any one of them. Coming to our integration facility in Lucknow, the work is going on at full pace. You would be probably more aware than us because you will hear it in the local news what is happening there. And as soon as that facility gets ready, we are right earnestly planning to move there and have our integration starting there. So we have these kind of like facilities which are there in Hyderabad, Nagpur, Pilani and Trivandrum. Let's go back. So being a IPR holder for BrahMos weapon system in India, we also have a IPR for it to be exported to a friendly foreign country, and the latest export has been to Philippines, which you would have heard in the current year. It has already been delivered to Philippines. So these are like some of the things which I have already spoken to you. These are the industries, the cluster of industries. Some of them who can name them here. I can't name every one of them. So this list runs to approximately 500 odd industries, in small, medium, large. Let's talk of the technologies which normally these industries have. This is not, I'm talking of predominantly the industry handling the mechanical systems. Electronic systems, I think most of you are aware. So we have these kind of technologies which are required to be in an industry where you are making a mechanical system. So with that, I think we are, I will sum it up with this, that BrahMos is very willing to work with all kind of industry partners. We will hold your hand. We will make sure that once you get into it, you qualify and be a qualified producer of a particular item and supply it to us. We would welcome, and once we have a plant here, we would like to have a local industry cluster developed here, or whatever you call it, an industrial complex. And that will be the day when we start producing our next variant from Lucknow, where we will be very, very happy and very proud to have made this class of missile up north of the India. And we are very thankful to the government of UP, which has been supporting us in this endeavor. And we hope to see the light of day very soon. Thank you very much for your patience and effort. I am available after the meeting if you have any clarification, anything to do with our company and the way we work or how to work with us. I'll be very, very grateful to share it with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri Rajendra Negiji. So I would now request Dr. Ashish Dubey, Scientist F and Project Director, DTTC, DRDO Lucknow, to kindly give the presentation. He will be talking on enhancing participation of MSMEs in R&D, defense R&D. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Himanshu. And at the outset, I congratulate all the organizers, HAL, Lucknow, FICCI, and other supporting agencies. So, my presence. I'm Dr. Ashish Dubey from DTTC Lucknow. DTTC stands for Defense Technology and Test Center. You might have heard in fact, I'm very sure that you have heard the word of DRDO, which is Defense Research and Development Organization. So, it is a R&D organization which works purely for defense purposes. But today I am representing DRDO in a different role. The DTTC is a unique center located in Lucknow. I mean, very near to your, this place is airport. We have got 2 campuses. And why I'm saying it's a unique, because DTTC is mandated not to do the core R&D for defense, rather supporting or facilitating the industries who are working for defense and aerospace. So this is a slightly different role in this lab, and in next few slides I'll be elaborating that how we are going to do that. And even in the beginning of the talk, I am inviting all of you to visit the center, and whatever we have, because we are just 8 months old now. So some of the facilities are already there, and some of them are in pipeline. So all of us can visit us and can have a look and try to get the advantage as much as possible. So here you can see this is our Amosi campus. It is located near to airport. Yeah. So this is little brief about the center, the genesis. Actually, we had a MOU between the UPDA and DRDO to make this center to become the knowledge partner. So this was done sometime in 2020. Not working. And then subsequently, this particular foundation stone, this was laid in on 26th of December 2021. And in the record time of just 2.5 years, the center is fully ready. This is the main gate of the center, and this was inaugurated on 11th March 2024 by the Honorable RM. The objective of this center is to collaborate as knowledge partner for sharing of ideas, resources, and expertise for the successful development of Uttar Pradesh Defence Industrial Corridor. Little more brief about the center. We have, as I mentioned, we have 2 campuses. One is in Amosi, other one is in the Nadarganj, which is just 2 kilometers from that place. So the location is at Kanpur Road near Amosi metro station, very near to Amosi metro station, and physical area is 5.5 acres. The key areas which we are targeting in this particular campus are modeling and simulation, training and skill development, technical consultancy and business development. Facilities, here we have all kind of softwares. I'll further elaborate, hardware, data center, and admin support offices. While in the Nadarganj campus, it is slightly bigger, it's around 17 acres area. And K areas is technical testing, particularly to the materials and sub-assembly, subsystems,
digital manufacturing, training and skill development, technology incubation. These are the key areas, and here we have the test and processing facilities, manufacturing facilities, workshop and support facilities. And some more details are given on the DRDO website. So this is the link given. If you want, you can go on this and get the further information. Now it's not that only DRDO is going in this direction. In this particular slide, I am just mentioning some of the things which are other government organizations are also making or already in place. Like first one is the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center. This is operated by ISRO in Ahmedabad. Almost more or less objectives are similar, but they are doing only for the aerospace kind of applications. While this defense testing and infrastructure scheme, this is yet to come, and I am happy to mention that one center, one node is coming in Lucknow also. So they will be offering the test facilities for all the MSMEs and other players. And as Uttar Pradesh had got the defense industrial corridor, similarly Tamil Nadu has also got, and in Tamil Nadu they have a center called TENSEM. So there they are also offering the services to the all the private players, including MSMEs. And T-Hub is again the initiative of government of Telangana, where basically they are providing the consultancy kind of thing. And of course they have the T-Works also, where I mean you can do the small level fabrication and get the things done as far as for prototype purposes. Now the DTTC, what is the mandate and why we are unique in comparison to the 3-4 centers which I mentioned in my previous slide. So here we are targeting the modeling and simulation, testing and evaluation, digital manufacturing, training and skill development, technology incubation, technical consultancy and business development. Why I am using the word unique? Because in all other centers, most of them are focusing only on the consultancy. Here we have got the technical infrastructure as well as the expertise. So the kind of problem which you are facing, you can interact with us, you can discuss with us, you can use our facilities, and finally you can arrive on a solution. So this is something you can say it's a complete support for the MSMEs, startups, and even the established industries. And in fact, I forgot to mention that for this particular thing, excluding the civil infrastructure, DRDO has sponsored 70 crore rupees to create the infrastructure. So you can imagine that what kind of infrastructure we are going to create over there. Now, it's not that we are creating, I mean, from our wisdom or just for the namesake. We have done some survey, and based on that, we are creating the infrastructure. Obviously, my survey was based on the companies which are registered in Uttar Pradesh Defence Industrial Corridor, and these are the key areas which we have identified after our discussion, like drone anti-drone systems, EW sensors, UAVs, electro-optic systems, precision components, fire safety equipment, small arms and ammunition, paint and coatings, titanium casting, polymer and ballistic materials, safety gears, missile propulsion systems, defense clothing and packaging. These are the certain areas which we got that the industries located in Uttar Pradesh are going to or working on these areas or going to focus on these areas. So we will be establishing the simulation facilities as well as the testing facilities required for such industries. Based on this, this is our the plan. Like we have the technological verticals at DTTC, modeling and simulation. Particularly, if you go to modeling and simulation, we have the infrastructure or all are the commercial software. So and well recognized in the industry, mechanical systems, electronic systems, materials, and then computational technologies, including latest AI, ML, etc. Similarly, coming to test and characterization, we have the characterization facilities for thermal measurements, NDT, mechanical, textile, microscopy, and a workshop where you can fabricate different kind of samples. Then coming to digital manufacturing, we have 3D printing, prototype fabrication, PCB fabrication, additive manufacturing, and the composite fabrication. Of course, these facilities are for the coupon level development because it's a lab kind of environment. Then under the training and skill development, of course, whatever infrastructure we have, we are planning to do a training and skill development in those areas. And some more areas like CAD/CAM, CAE, product lifecycle management. The very unique concept nowadays is coming of smart factory that we are going to add in our kitty, material testing. And last two are basically the technology incubation and technical consultancy. This is related more of like the startups. So they can suggest the ideas, they can come and discuss the ideas with us, and we will examine the feasibility. And if the DRDO feels that yes, this should be pushed it up, then definitely we will push it up the way whatever is possible within our limits. This is some more detail. I mean, always you can visit the website or you can visit the center, but this is some of the things which we have, particularly on this slide. Whatever we are mentioning, everything is in-house. Even it's ready in that form that if you want tomorrow, you can use it. Like in mechanical systems, we have the software, SolidWorks, ANSYS, ADAMS, Cradle, Simufect, Abacus, CATIA, all these things are ready. Then electronic systems, we have ANSYS Electronic Enterprises, ADS, Altium, Keel, Vivado. So all these things are like for the antenna design, avionics. Then in materials, we have COMSOL Multiphysics, is very known software. Then we have Multiscale.sim, DZMAT. These are the software which are popularly being used by the material community. So if you want to design any new material, you want to develop any new material for any application, this software provides many opportunities to explore the material at design level. Then computational technologies, if you are doing something related to the computation, then you can use the MATLAB, Maple, and some of the open source softwares. And just to support all these big software, now we are going to have a big data center also, where we will have a world-class servers, and then all of these softwares will be put in on that, and then obviously you can get the output of your design just in few minutes, which presently may take 30 minutes or 1 hour, but after getting the world-class facility, will be able to operate everything very less time. Then coming to testing facilities, if you talk about thermal testing, we'll be having the TGA, DSC, and then in NDT we'll have handheld 3D scanners, ultrasonic flow detectors, particle size analyzers, rheometers, gas chromatography, etc. All these things. So NDTs, then again coming to mechanical testing, we have the UTM, DMA, drop weight impact tester, micro cum macro whisker test, digital thickness gauge, hardness testers, and then polishing machine, etc. Then textile is something which is very popular in Kanpur, Unnao, in all these areas. So for textile also, we are planning to have the diffusion test apparatus, bed surface area, weathering simulator, busting strength tester, Martindale abrasion and piling testers, hydrostatic testers, BWR apparatus, and a specialized tensile testing machine for the textile kind of material. Then in microscopy, we are planning, though of course these are very specialized equipment, very costly equipment, so in industries and startups normally don't prefer to have inside the plant or the working place. So this is the support offered by the government. You can come and use it. FTIR spectrophotometer, UV visual NIR spectrometer. Then obviously you'll have a workshop where you can do all these things. Now coming to digital manufacturing, composite fabrication, which is a very recent area, and a lot of people are doing a lot of things, migrating from metals to composites. So you can come to our place and then you can have the fabrication of composites. Of course, as I mentioned, it is only for the coupon level development. When I say coupon level, it means it's like 1 feet by 1 feet kind of structure you can make over it. So for this, we have benchtop ball mill, desktop autoclave, composite cutting machine, and data loggers. Then additive manufacturing is something which is a very, very new area. So here we are going to have 3D printing machines, FDM-based systems, and SLS-based systems also we are planning to have. So we will be self-sufficient as far as the 3D printing is concerned, excluding the metals. Now, in addition to these test facilities, simulation facilities, as I mentioned, one of the objectives of this center is to impart the training and skill development programs. So under this, we have already worked out certain programs, and like the design and simulation using ANSYS, PCB design, simulation fabrication, trends in additive manufacturing, and microscopic techniques and analytical tools. These are some of the courses which have already identified. It's like basic courses. So even the person who is not working in these areas can also come and get the idea, because what we understand that, yes, people from the industry are not much familiar with the latest technologies. So they can come and they can get the basic idea, and subsequently if need arises, we will plan for the advanced courses also. And we are calling the faculty from the OEM. So whatever the input you will receive from that place will be very, very genuine. Now coming to the technology incubation and consultancy, the selected technologies will be supported through incubation and handholding. As you know that almost all IITs, particularly if you see the IIT Kanpur, they have got a good support system for all these startups, and roughly I understand more than 10 startups are presently being supported at IIT Kanpur. So in the same way we are also planning, and when we say the handholding means we will be offering you a physical space, internet, telephones, then technical consultancy. Simply, in one word, if we say it's everything excluding financial support. So the only thing is you have to put up your idea, and we'll examine that idea, and if it is approved by the DRDO, it will be supported in all the way as far as possible. Then certain like technical consultancy will be offered through DRDO experts. And this is something new, very recently that DRDO has actually made a industry interaction group. This is called IIG. And as per the mandate, we are open to all industries on first and third Wednesday, 11 to 1 o'clock in the forenoon. So always you can visit any of the DRDO lab, or you can directly put your request for online interaction. So concerned scientist will be deputed for that, and if your query is not resolved, then it will be forwarded to a concerned place. Finally, we will try our best to provide the solution. So this industry interaction group, creation of this group is something which is very recent initiative of DRDO. Then business development programs for startups and entrepreneurs, and coordination with DRDO labs for specific testing and field trials. This is also whatever I have mentioned located in DTTC, but story doesn't end here. If you are asking something which is not available at DTTC, we will forward it to the DRDO lab wherever the facility is available, and we will provide you a kind of support and all the possible channels for that particular place, and we will try to help you for all the testing and simulations. So this is what from my side, and this is what personally I feel, because I have also worked in, I'm working in DRDO from last 20 years, and I know that most of the DRDO facilities are only for DRDO, but this is something which is very, very new, and really whenever I mention, people simply, don't believe that, is it so? But now this is true, and whenever you have time, you please visit us and get this new experience. With this, I conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dubey. Now, moving forward, we have Mr. Syed Farman Imam, Assistant General Manager, SIDBI. He'll be talking on role of SIDBI in promotion, financing, and development of Defence MSME. I would request all the speakers to kindly please stick to the timeline, and as we are already running behind. So all the speakers for the next session, please be on the stick to the timeline, which is 10 minutes. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Imam.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate FICCI for organizing such a vibrant program for one of the most vibrant sectors of the country, that is the defense. So here I'm today representing SIDBI. SIDBI is basically an institution, it's a financial institution which has been, it's by the government for the MSME sector. So I'll just take you with the, not taking much time, just to introduce what SIDBI is in and what's doing for the MSME sector. Yeah, so first of all, the importance of MSME sector. As we all know that we have been talking about, it's the industry which is running, which is the backbone of any sector. So now, even in the defense, is the MSMEs which is playing a major role in, supplying those equipments or, the major components. So and in the part of the economy also, MSMEs play a major role. So SIDBI is basically a principal financial institution, so which was set up, by an act of parliament in 1990. So its role is not only financing, so it's basically into promotion, development, and financing of the MSME sector. So, and as we all know, the MSME sector has also evolved over the years, and now the MSME sector, the medium category, it goes up to the turnover of to 250 CR, that is 250 crores. So there's been a rise, in that segment also. So it's been covering major of the, the industries which are in that sector, which is into the manufacturing or services and supplying to the major sectors of economy, including defense. So what SIDBI's activities per se, basically, as we are into direct finance, but our major role has been refinance. We have been providing refinance to the banks, NBFCs, MFIs, and the other, the major institutions which are providing finance. So they can on-lend to the MSMEs, because SIDBI having a limited, presence as of now, as an approach, it has been to refinance those companies who's having, present in every nook and corner of the country, and they can support MSMEs through our support of the refinance. Then, we have, many subsidiaries and associates. As, SIDBI is also a major stakeholder in the ecosystem development, MSME ecosystem development, by providing that necessary guidance, or as a policy stakeholder to, come out with the policies which are favorable to them. So even in line of that, we have been set up many subsidies and associations like CGTMS you must have heard of, which we provide credit guarantee to the micro and small enterprises. Then there is RXIL, which is basically invoice financing program. Then there's SIDBI Venture Capital, which basically we started in the 1990s when, startup was not a name. Basically, it was coming in. So we felt the need and started the SIDBI Venture Capital at that time. So over the time, it has evolved, and recently you must have seen of the Mudra, Stand Up India, other things, which all have been a part of SIDBI. So as I said, with the limited reach, as of now, we have 100 odd plus branches, and we have been will be opening around 24 branches in this FI also, with having that coverage. Now this reach is not basically much of importance now, because SIDBI has mostly gone into the phygital mode, where it's basically the more on a digital side we have evolved, where you can just go through the online platform, fill in the application, fill in the details, and then all the appraisal, documentation, disbursement, even all is being done online. So previously, all those needs of visiting the branch and being far away has been kind of curtailed through this approach. So we have been, promoting, and day by day we are making the changes in it so that it can be more useful to the MSMEs. Basically, even if it is close to you, it takes time to go and visit and spend time there. So we have been shifting our focus even in our appraisal part of it. It is we are totally through your GST, ITRs, and other the available credentials, we can, take those analysis and do the appraisal. So, yeah, so just talking about what is the major things on the direct finance side we have is basically we have the machinery funding, we have the project funding, so we have some schemes which just dedicated for it. So I'll not go in the detail because the time given is very short. I'll just stick to that. So basically we went to machinery financing, project financing, then we started with the green finance, and there's the working capital that we provide. So now so there are some schemes which are there for the machinery finance, we have express and the speed. Then for project funding is Arise. You can get all this on the website also. So then we have, for the green finance scheme, if someone is going for the renewables or energy efficient machineries, there are some specified schemes for them. And we have also come up with the green MSME portal, where we have been trying to put, all those schemes, because we have been the nodal for many of the ministry schemes. So recently we have been, there's a scheme of Ministry of MSME by way of MSE Gift and MSE Spice, which is basically an interest subvention and a subsidy program for the companies who are going for the energy efficient technologies. So there's a list of 890 technologies which is available. If anyone is going for those technologies, can avail those kind of subsidies and the incentives. Now coming to the core, which is the main, related to this program, is we have started with the cash defense scheme. So it's basically a scheme for the companies who are working in the defense sector, and they have a confirmed orders from the ministry or the OEMs who are supplying to the ministry. So for that we provide, the finance on those project specific, the confirmed orders, and then it's kind of a working capital term loan which we offer a limit, so they can utilize those limits accordingly in that. So this is it's just a recent scheme that we have launched. So looking at this sector and the importance of the sector. So that's why I'm not focused on the other schemes and focusing on the scheme, because this is something will be of importance. So here basically it's basically if someone is supplying to a defense Ministry of Defense or the OEMs, major OEMs, and they want to purchase some machinery, or they want to have that raw material, extra raw material requirement. Basically you must be having some working capital limits, CC limits available. So over and above, if you want to have them and have have confirmed orders, then over that limit it could be provided to you, and it would be like kind of on a working capital term loan basis. Yeah, so just this is basically the brief I just wanted to give you. Otherwise, everything is available on the website, and we have an office here in Hazratganj in Ashok Marg. So if anyone want to have the details, specific details, they can come and visit us. We are available there. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Imam, and thank you so much for keeping it very short and crisp. So here we end our session number 1. We would like to present the mementos from HL and FICCI to our speakers. I would like to invite Mrs. Ruchi Agarwal to present the HL mementos to our speakers on the stage. First we start with Shri Rajendra Negi ji. To Dr. Ashish Dubey ji. To Mr. Syed Farman Imam. Would request Mr. Gaurav Gaur to kindly come on the stage to present the mementos from FICCI to the speakers. To Mr. Rajendra Negi. To Dr. Ashish Dubey. And to Mr. Syed Farman Imam. I request all the speakers to have a group photograph, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So we'll be having a short 5 minutes break just to change over the session. I would request my team to kindly change the nameplates.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second and the last session of today's program. This session is on the opportunity for defense MSMEs and startups through financial incentives through IDEX, TDF projects and Srijan portal. We have 5 speakers for this session, and 3 of them are physically available here. So I would like to invite Mr. Avik Gupta, Senior Manager, National Stock Exchange of India Limited. Please join us on the dais. Mr. Anmol Sharma, Project Executive IDEX, and Shri Manoj Kumar Gupta, DGM HAL. Please join us on the dais. And also we have with us through online link join Mr. Bholanath Sonkar, DDG Indigenization, DDP MOD, and we have Mr. Rahul Gupta from Ernst & Young. So these 2 speakers are joined through online link. So we would start the session with Mr. Avik Gupta, Senior Manager, National Stock Exchange of India. Would request Mr. Avik Gupta to please deliver his talk. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to the esteemed dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, my special thanks to HAL and FICCI for giving the National Stock Exchange this opportunity. The National Stock Exchange and the Ministry of Defence have signed an MOU in July 2024, whereas the idea is to explore the possibility of developing a platform where the MSMEs who are into defense and aerospace, they can raise funds for their growth capital for expansion and their to take the defense business forward. So we already at NSE we already have a platform for the SME companies which is already ready, and I'm going to show that today by way of a small presentation. And the platform for the MSMEs, which is at an advanced stage. We are in discussion with the Ministry of Defence and the DPIIT, and we hope that this platform might be announced soon. So just to start off with a small introduction. So I'm sure most of you are aware about National Stock Exchange. We are the largest stock exchange of India, but many people know that NSE is a stock exchange where only large companies can come up with their IPO and they can raise funds. IPOs of 5,000 crore, 10,000 crore, 15,000 crore, big companies come up with the IPO. But many are not aware that NSE has a dedicated platform for the small and medium enterprises where the SME companies can come and raise funds anywhere between 20 crores to 100 crores for their growth capital. I will show you in subsequent slides the SMEs from the defense industries who had raised funds of late and how they have used it, and like how the market has perceived that particular exercise. So NSE, as you might be seeing, that there are various segments we are into, and out of all the segments, this is the segment for the SME companies, which is known as NSE Emerge. So NSE Emerge, this was started in 2012, and this is for the small and medium enterprises. This platform is regulated by SEBI, and this is a similar platform which we have for the capital market. So there is no major difference between the main board platform and the SME platform. And you can say that close to 600 SMEs have already raised funds from the NSE Emerge platform. So the capital raised by all this around 600 companies is around 15,000 crores. The market cap of these companies have already crossed 2 lakh crores. And the average fund raised by each of the companies around 26 crores. And out of this 600 odd companies, 140 companies have already migrated to the main board. So I'm seeing that many of you sitting here are SME companies. So what are the eligibility criteria, how you can think of coming to the capital market to raise funds, and what are the features of getting to the main board is something which I will explain to you in the subsequent slides. So this is how the entire structure looks like, right from startups to early stage to growing phase and large companies. So largely for MSMEs and SMEs, we are focusing on the early stage and the growing stage companies who are into defense and aerospace business, whom we are actually going to focus on today. This is a very interesting slide. These are few companies from defense and aerospace from India who have got listed and who have raised capital from the equity market. So the top companies are the one which you are already aware. HAL is definitely sitting here, a part of this program. And you have Bharat Dynamics, you have Paras Defense. One thing you can note is the first 3 companies are the companies which came up with their IPO in the main board. But the remaining 3 companies, number 4, 5, 6, are companies which raised capital from the SME platform. Hindustan Aeronautics, Bharat Dynamics, Paras Defense needs no introduction. But if you look at Nivea Limited, the kind of fundraise they had done of only around 5 crores, but their market cap today has crossed 2,000 crores. If you see Atmasco Limited, it is a company from Chhattisgarh. They raised around 56,000 crores. 56 crores, and their market cap has today is close to 500 crores. If you see Krishna Defense, a company from Maharashtra, they raised around 11 crores, but their market cap, you can see where it has reached today. So even the SME companies are taking advantage of this platform, and they are coming, getting listed, coming to the public, showing that how they can bring growth on the table and taking advantage of the platform. So those who are not quite aware, so this platform is there where you can definitely take an advantage of. So what are the eligibility criteria? The eligibility criteria is very simple. The business has to be in existence for at least 3 years. So there should be at least 3 years track record. It can be in any form. It can be a partnership company, a proprietorship company, a private limited company. But the business has to be in existence for 3 years. Second is the paid up capital of the company should not be more than 25 crores. If it is more than 25 crores, then you have to bring your IPO in the main board. But if the paid up capital is below 25 crores, you have to bring your capital in the you have to bring your IPO in the SME platform. Apart from that, there are certain additional criteria which NSE has. They are that the company should be having a positive net worth, and there should be operating profit of the company of at least 1 crore, at least 2 out of the last 3 financial year. So, and there is a criteria on free cash flow. So these are very basic criteria, and what we have seen that most of the SME companies do fulfill this criteria, and that is why you will see that close to 600 companies in NSE and another 500 in BSE, 1100 SME companies are already listed in India. So this is a free cash flow calculation, which I can explain to you later on a one-on-one discussion. Just to give you certain aspects like how this platform is different from the main board. In terms of compliance, this platform is much more relaxed. So like you will find that whenever the result season starts, HAL or Bharat Dynamics, every quarter they publish their financial results, but SME companies are not required to publish their financial results every quarter. They can publish it only half yearly. And there are certain relaxation on the compliance part as well. The minimum allowance is only 50 instead of 1,000, which is there in the main board. There is no rating which the SME companies are required to get in comparison to the main board where rating is required. And there is a very big advantage that SME companies, once they complete 3 years in the SME platform, they are given an opportunity to migrate to the main board. Main board IPOs are very expensive, but in SME companies, an SME IPO at a fraction of cost, they can get an opportunity to migrate to the main board. So these are few of the advantages. This is a very interesting slide. Now, one of the thought process of the SMEs are that we are a very closed business. We are not answerable to anyone. Why should we get listed? Why should we start answering to the public? So this addresses that particular concern of yours. So if you see that weighing scale, there are certain pain and a lot of gain for companies which come for listing. So definitely the pain is that you have to share your earnings, you have to share equity, and most importantly, you have to shed your ego. But the gain are much more. Whenever you need capital, the equity market is always open in front of you. So if you see, the companies which I named right now who are into the defense sector, there are many companies who are coming up with second round and third round of fundraising. So whenever you need capital, you can come to the capital market through after an IPO, through an FPO, through a rights issue, through a preferential allotment, etc. Second is you get visibility, you get recognition, you can bring corporate governance to your company, and branding is something which it automatically comes along with listing. So these are the visibilities and the efficiencies you can bring into your company once you get listed. So we have collaboration with various state governments. We have signed MOU for development of the SME and MSME sector, and out of that there are many state governments who are offering incentives to those SMEs and MSMEs who come forward for listing. So most of the governments reimburse a part of the listing expenses which the SMEs incur while they come to the capital market and bring their IPO. So you can find the name of the states mentioned here. So this is in a nutshell how the entire journey of listing looks like. Since many of you sitting here are SMEs, I would like to ask this question, that out of the 7 steps which you can see, step 1 is interaction with the NSC team, which you are having now, you're interacting with me. Second is appointment of intermediaries, largely merchant bankers. Third is preparation of offer document, which is called as DRHP. Many of you probably have heard about DRHP. Fourth is filing of DRHP with NSC. Fifth is we at NSC, we go through the entire DRHP, do due diligence. Step 6 is we give in principle approval. And 7th is after you get approval, you can get listed and you can raise the funds for which you have come to the capital market. So out of the 7 steps, आपको क्या लगता है कौन सा step सबसे difficult होगा? Out of 1 to 7. Any guesses? Being business owners. Step 3. Okay. Preparation of offer document. Okay. Any other answer? Step 5. Okay. NSC is doing the due diligence. Okay. So we always say that the most difficult step is between step 1 and step 2. That is interacting with NSC and appointing a merchant banker. Baki jitne step hai, step 3 to step 7 takes 4 to 6 months. But from step 1 to step 2 it takes a lot of time because it requires changing of your mindset. And how much time you will take to change your mindset is something which is in your hand. So we always say that listing takes 4 months plus changing of your mindset, whatever time you take. These are some of the post-listing compliances which I can explain to you in details. Due to positive time, I will just skip this. However, as I was telling you that the compliances in the SME platform is much, much lesser than the main board platform. These are the companies which have been listed in the SME platform over the years. If you see the last 3 years, the bar is shooting out of the roof, which shows that the kind of popularity and traction the SME platform is gaining from the SMEs and MSMEs. I will definitely encourage all the SMEs of UP. You are into a very good sector, and the government has a lot of thrust on indigenization of the defense procurement, defense manufacturing, etc. This is a good platform where you can raise funds, and defense as a sector is also getting a lot of interest and traction from the investors community. The capital market in India is actually very robust. Every month you can see there is a record SIP. Yesterday also there was the SIP figures came out, and there was a record SIP of 26,000 crores. There's a large number of people who have opened the demat account in the last 2-3 years. Prior to COVID in India, there were around 2.5 crore demat account. And from COVID till here, in 4 years, that figure has crossed 18 crores. So there is a jump of almost 9 times in 4 years. So you can understand the kind of robustness which the capital market is showing. So this is a good time. If you have plans to raise funds, you want plans to grow your company, it's a good time to look at the capital market. As you can see that all these 600 odd companies which have been listed, they are from various sectors. And definitely defense is one of the sectors. And on the right, if you see the graph, this is the graph of the Nifty SME Emerge Index. This index has given a CAGR return of close to 35% over the last 10-12 years. This shows how well the SME companies have performed after they got listed. So that is all from my side. Thank you for the opportunity. These are my contact details. My name is Avik Gupta. If you have any queries, I am there after the session. Please feel free to ask. Thank you for the opportunity. And once again, thanks a lot to HAL and FICCI for inviting us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Avik. And I believe reaching to people to subsequently to encourage them to change their minds is very important, and NSE is doing it pretty well. So thank you, Avik, for being with us here. Moving to the next speaker, we have with us Shri Sonkar ji from Director Indigenization DDP MOD. Shri Sonkar has to leave for some other engagement, so he's requested to upgrade his time slot. So Sonkar ji, are you online? Can you hear us?
Yes, I am hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. May we have the presentation uploaded? So Sonkar ji, we are going to upload your presentation, and you have to just say next. I think you can see the slides.
No, I am unable to see now. Kindly upload it and see.
Slide has been uploaded.
Yeah. First slide we are seeing.
Yes.
Can you enlarge it? Yes.
Can you see the slides on Atmanirbharta and defense?
Yes, I am seeing it, but it is in smaller form. Can you enlarge it in full screen?
Can we do that? So from here, Mr. Sonkar, this is on the full screen coming. Maybe
okay,
on your system.
No problem.
Yeah.
I can speak on that also. But you people are seeing full on the full screen, na?
Yes. We can see very clear.
Okay. Should I start?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Myself, VM Sonkar, Director, Indigenization, DDP, Ministry of Defence. An opportunity has been given from FICCI side to speak or talk on the Srijan portal. Just you can see the first slide. This is the Atmanirbharta in defense. Pursuant to the clarion call of Prime Minister of India for Atmanirbharta and Make in India initiative, the Department of Defense Production has given thrust to indigenous manufacturing of defense equipment, spares and components to achieve self-reliance and bolster Make in India campaign in defense sector. Hello. I am audible?
We can hear you, yes. Please go ahead.
Okay. And reduce the import dependency, fostering PPP model. To achieve this objective, there are number of initiatives undertaken by DDP to attract Indian defense industry to create a domestic defense industrial ecosystem. Can you forward next slide, please? To achieve this, the Indonesian policy for Indonesian of components and spares used in defense platform for defense PSU notified by DDP on 8th March 2019. Objective of this policy to Indonesize the imported components, subsystem, subassembly for defense equipment platforms manufacturing in India, thereby creating an industry ecosystem in the country and to leverage the export of components for defense equipment. Second point is that defense DDP has second objective is that all defense PSU to give preference to Indonesize the components of subassembly and also development of indigenous portal. Government schemes to be support development of technological capability, IDEX challenges for prototype development, adoption of make process by DPSU, and dedicatedly nomination of chief Indonesian officers from each defense PSU. To achieve these objectives, the DDP has launched a Srijan portal, that is srijandefense.government.in in August 2020 as appointed for Make in India Defense. This is a common Indonesian portal for all the defense PSU and service headquarters. All online platforms are sharing information, the items which need to be Indonesiized to serve as an interface between the defense PSU service headquarters and the industry partners in the process of Indonesiization. A big step toward ease of doing business. Just you can see the Srijan portal features an opportunity for industry to see large number of imported items which has already been uploaded. They can see easily, and it is well structured description given of the items, having search facility with filters such as product name, company name, NATO, stock number, industry domain, OEM number, OEM country, etc. It is given beautifully on the Srijan portal. It has every item has well structured description with include specification of the item, business volume, contact point of the concerned DPSUs and service headquarters, etc. Industry can see and show interest simply by email and mobile based authentication. Concerned DPSU service headquarters, they can contact the firm thereafter. Next slide, please. This is the home page of the Srijan portal, where you can see the total number of items, PIL as well as non-PIL items. Next slide, please. How to show the interest? I have already told you, just clicking the Srijan portal, you can see the home page, and accordingly you can choose the items for your interest of area or expertise, and you show the interest. After showing the interest, the chief officers of the respective defense PSU, they can contact you and they will brief you the details. Then any problem you can also contact DDP so that they can resolve the issues. Next slide, please. This is a just flow diagram how to select the item and show the interest. Next slide.
Mr. Sonkar, we can't hear you. Are you there online? Not able. No, things are not moving. Are we? Is he? Mr. Sonkar, we are not able to hear you. I think some technical issue then at his end. Okay. Mr. Sonkar, we are not able to hear you while the slides are with us. So I think maybe you will be able to reconnect slightly later. We can see you on the screen, but I think the system is not. Can you hear us now? You are on mute, I think. I think, Mr. Sonkar, I think there is a problem somewhere. Maybe you have to log in again. In the meantime, we can have the next speaker join in. So maybe you can reconnect maybe after 5-7 minutes. Thank you. So then going with the session flow, we would like to now invite Mr. Anmol Sharma, Project Executive IDEX, to speak on the IDEX opportunity for MSMEs. Please.
A very good evening, distinguished guests, members, entrepreneurs, and members of the startup ecosystem. It's an honor to represent IDEX under the AG's Defence Innovation Organization, DIO. Today, I, Assistant Commandant Anmol Sharma, will be discussing how IDEX is creating transformative opportunities for MSMEs and startups in the defence sector in India. Previously today, as a gentleman has already discussed about IDEX slightly, so I'll just introduce IDEX. So IDEX was launched by Ministry of Defence to foster the innovation and harness capabilities of startup and MSMEs in defence and aerospace domain of India, with the mission to empower indigenous talent, solve complex defence challenges, and promote Atmanirbharta, that is self-reliance. Inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2018, DIO, a Section 8 company, has so far engaged around 450 plus startups and MSMEs with a rapid prototyping rate of 10 to 24 months. Moving on to the framework which IDEX implies, IDEX serves as a dynamic platform where startups and MSMEs can propose initiative solutions to the specific defense challenges introduced under various application modes. The modes have been highlighted in front of you. That is DISC, Defense India Startup Challenge, Open Challenge category, that is OC, Aditi, a very newly launched scheme which introduces a grant of 25 CR by Government of India, IDEX Prime, IndusX, and IDEX for FICCI. IDEX ecosystem has been nurturing MSMEs and startups by ensuring handholding by dedicated partner incubators on board with us, mentorship by experienced professionals across various domains, support for technology validation by granting access to equipments and labs across India, and also ensuring financial support to the innovators in form of grant ranging from 1.5 CR to 25 CR, along with the matching contribution which is to be brought up by the innovator on board. We at IDEX basically issue problem statements from armed forces, creating direct opportunities to contribute to national defense. In order to this, regular challenges are launched that provides a transparent and fair process for startups and MSMEs in India, which is subsequently followed by outreach sessions that are both physically and virtually done to attract the ideators and disruptors. Thereafter, the announcement of the winners is done as per the shortlisting made by the HPSC committee, which comprises of members from nodal agencies, DIO, and various industry partners. Moreover, IDEX synergizes efforts with key stakeholders to co-create right products and produce them in a very correct way. So talking about IDEX, IDEX has so far received 9,000 plus applications across categories with 450 plus innovation challenges launched. IDEX has also onboarded 24 plus nodal agencies, including 28 partner incubators with us. Just to ensure collaboration with the defense forces and DPSUs, IDEX is also bridging the gap between the startups and MSMEs and stakeholders like services, DRDO, DPSUs, ensuring that such collaborations after technical mentorship and help and come out as a help in product testing, certification and deployment. Now talking about the cutting edge technologies, you can name it and we have it on board with us. IDEX has successfully pioneered various cutting edge technologies, starting from artificial intelligence. IDEX has nurtured emerging technologies across the globe by also envisaging more technologies in future. Now, when we talk about the government sector in India, then policies and framework is a bigger challenge. So just foreseeing such challenges, IDEX has so far created policies to support funding. And in this regard, it has also came up recently with the proposed amendments in Defense Acquisition Procedure, that is DAP 2020, in February 2024. IDEX has introduced benchmarking and computational cost, a new payment schedule which has been revised by the bank guarantees and securities, the procurement reforms through spiral development, through TDF, IDEX introducing MPQs, minimum pilot quantity, and revised timelines, along with the transition from IDEX to Make One and TDF as well. Moreover, IDEX has also simplified the process for IPR, that is intellectual property rights, and fast-track procurement. Now, by promoting basically the locally developed technologies, IDEX empowers MSMEs and startups to reduce India's dependence on imports, which is being done at present. Through various events across, IDEX has opened the doors of global opportunities such as IndusX with US, and a couple of more programs are coming with France, Israel, and other countries, which will be bolstering the rapid growth of defense and aerospace ecosystem in India. The slides are representing the showcases and events which have been happened in quite a while, ranging from Swavlamban to defense to Aero India, which is also coming up in the very year, that is 2025, around 14 to 18 February in Bangalore. IDEX has also been a PM awardee since the very inception of its stage. Now I'll be discussing the thing which is of very interest for the MSMEs and the startups which we have here and which have joined virtually this session. So the call to action for MSMEs and startups is we have a dedicated portal which is a very comprehensive one, which envisages which also invites the innovators and MSMEs. Basically, the innovators are requested to visit the portals and explore the latest challenges under the DISC, OC, and Aditi category, which has been newly launched. It encompasses a budget of 25 CR in total. Hereby, by submitting your proposal, you can become a part of this beautiful journey of this growing ecosystem in India. We are also inviting industry partners, associations, partner incubators, MSMEs, clusters for greater outreach and engagement. Now, as we are running short on time, I would like to conclude that MSMEs and startups are the backbone of India's economy majorly. So through IDEX, we aim to harness their potential to build a self-reliant Bharat. We encourage startups, innovators, MSMEs to come on board with us and participate togetherly to make this India that is progressing India to and take it to a platform where we become a global power. Thank you all for your time and interest. Signing off. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Anmol. And we have been witnessing growing interest and confidence of industry in IDEX and the concept of IDEX challenge. It's a pretty established program now, and we have seen lot of innovations have come from the IDEX challenge, and those companies are pretty considerable in size nowadays. So thanks for being with us here and sharing this perspective from IDEX. Then we have with us Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta, Deputy General Manager from HAL. Could you please make your presentation, please, on the opportunities for MSMEs?
Yeah. A very good afternoon to all the guests present here, and special thanks to the hosts also, HAL, a stronger team, and FICCI, a team I could see here, to make this special day happen. I am Manoj Kumar Gupta, DGM Indigenization, to represent the opportunities and scope at HAL for all you are present here and whomsoever who are virtually connected also. So I'll try not to overshoot my time. I know this is the session towards the last part of the session, and you are listening for long. So you have listened to the policies, financial aspects, listings, procedures. Now come and listen to the actual Maharatna HAL, where the actual opportunities exist. About Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, the capabilities and the products, you can see we are into the midlife upgrade, MRO, aerospace manufacturing, design and development, and missile integration. Along with that, the product profile, you can see all kind of UAVs, helicopters, aircrafts, engines, and all such related product portfolio. The pan-India presence, you can see we are actually 20 production divisions and 10 R&D centers along with 31 support centers as bases. So we are divided into 5 groups called complexes. 5 complexes you can see: design complex, MIG complex, helicopter complex, design complex, Bangalore complex. Based on the function we do at each division. We are into the accessories complex. Sorry. Yeah, this is accessories complex. We are 4 divisions: Lucknow, Hyderabad, Korwa and Kanpur, and 3 out of 4 are into UP only. So we are at Lucknow and all other sister divisions of the accessories complex. What products we are dealing with, this is shown in this slide that I am not going to tell. This is all clear from the slide. So policy benefits, what we are extending to all the MSMEs. This is like procurement policies was just told before my session, that 25% of the domestic procurements are reserved for the MSMEs. Apart from this, the SC/ST owned MSMEs and the women owned MSMEs are also subcategorized and reserved for the procurements. If you are participating in our procurement policy, procurement processes, indigenization processes, or outsourcing processes, you are having the privilege to get the order even if you are not the L1. So if you quote more than L1, 15%, then even we have a provision to include you for ordering. So this is part of policy. This has already been spoken early to me. Policy benefits, once you take part in our procurements, our indigenization processes and outsourcing, you will get the tender sets free of cost. You have exemption of the EMDs, transparency in tendering, and also you have a provision to go for the complaints provision by the MOD. What are the opportunities for the MSMEs at HL? This can be assessed by what is our product portfolio. You can just try to relate what products you can support us. At Lucknow, we have 3 factories, three factories we are working. Like in one is instruments factory, where all kind of instruments, aerospace grade instruments are manufactured. One is fuel factory, where fuel pumps, regulators, nozzles, and all sophisticated technology, engine parts, fuel parts are manufactured. And third is a mechanical factory, where all mechanicals like wind, brakes, environmental control system, flight control systems, actuators, those things are manufactured. This you can see here also, like mechanical systems, what we are manufacturing. Thus you can see and relate what area you can relate to and support us in partnering with us. So this I'll quickly go through, just you can see and understand what area you can understand. And also at the last of this presentation, I'll be giving you the contact numbers and the scope for discussing in details in any of the slides, any of the components you relate and work on. These are like instrument systems, what we are showing here. I did not tell. These are kind of cylinders for all the systems of hydraulics. These are the environmental control systems. Environment control system of the aircraft is, which is actually meant for temperature, maintaining the temperature and pressure inside the cockpit and the inside area of the aircraft. So these are environmental control system accessories. This is oxygen system. Once you are flying, suppose, you know, at heights, you have the vacuum kind of environment and very low temperature. How do we maintain? So oxygen system accessories are relating to those. Fuel metering system, this is related to the engine. Fuel supplies, nozzle, afterburner, these systems are related to that. I wanted to keep it less verbose. Kindly see and relate what area you can support us. We are open. Wheel and brake systems, fuel system accessories again, fuel system accessories. This is the procurement policy. This has been already told, like if you participate, you'll get the tenders from the HL, you'll bid, we'll technically evaluate, commercially evaluate, negotiate, place order, and the procurement, the supplies will start. We have a policy that we will make you payment at the defined days. You have, there is no delays involved. This HL is ensuring. And all kind of handholding and supports providing to the MSMEs. These are the scope where procurement is involved at HL, capital items, project materials, commercial items, services. About the indigenization, this is the second aspect. First was the procurement, second is the indigenization. Indigenization, as you know, just before me, the session was there. There the speaker told details about the indigenization, how it came into existence, and it is about the Srijan portal details, about the Srijan portal, where we are also hosting all the items, putting into, you can visit. We have more than 6,000 items put there. You can visit. Moreover, you can come to us. The contact details already we are going to provide at the last of the slide. This is the indigenization process. It is almost similar to the procurement policy, but here development is involved. So what is added is the certification. If you come to us, it is an aerospace industry, kind of certification is involved. All the materials you will use of the mill standard will be there, no commercial grades. It has to pass through certain qualification tests. It has to pass through certain criteria. It has to be tested time and again, then it will be qualified. So the development process has to be there. This is a part before the procurement. So we request you to come and join hands. We handhold, extend all kind of support for development. What I shown you, the scope, the accessories we are dealing with, any of the accessories you are dealing, you come, join hands. You are most welcome, you are open, we are open and wide to accept your partnership. This is the outsourcing, the third facet. Here, we are into the business expansion through outsourcing. So all the normal activities we are trying to outsource, only the core activities where aerospace expertise is required, integration is required, where the core technology involvement, R&D is required, there only HL is trying to keep limited its functions, and all the functions we are trying to outsource. The potential area is like outsourcing. We have a wide area also to partner with you, like manufacturing of detailed parts, sub-assemblies, assemblies, then assembly and testing, electrical looms, cable harness, then process operations including like heat treatment and welding, anywhere you can support, like tooling, jigs, fixtures, development and 3D CAD modelings. Then coming to inspection activities, general activity based contracts also, any kind of support like security, loading, unloading, packaging, papers, handling, anywhere you can come and you can join hands with us for outsourcing activities. How to, if you are not registered with the HL, here is a process, simple steps. You can also visit to our website, official website, www.hl-india.com. All the paper formats are available there. And if you are registered in any of the divisions of the HL, you can come forward to us. We'll easily, based on that, we'll register simply. So vendor registration is also one part. Items proposed for indigenization, Make 1 and Make 2. The policy part I will not be speaking, but what items we are looking forward for the indigenization of Make 1 and Make 2, like variety of springs if you are dealing. Apart from those assemblies and the systems I shown, if you are dealing with the springs, bearings, bellows, you can come forward. Different types of electronic components, please come forward. LVDTs, RVDTs, different type of sensors, please come forward. Different type of electrical and RF connectors, different type of rubber products like sealing, ring, washers, fasteners, you can please come forward. Different type of non-metallic forgings, PTFE items, and different type of LRUs, any kind of LRUs of aerospace grade, you are come forward. This is not the exhaustive. we can have detailed discussion if you think you are relating to some of our products. But it has definitely, from the other industry, it has a quality of aerospace grade. It needs certain qualification criteria. It needs to be qualified for that function. Support extended to MSMEs need not be told. All kind of handholding we provide to the MSMEs. In all cases, this you can just look and relate. And certain success stories, what we have already developed. These are all developed cases. If you can relate, your industry is also doing, like this is filter element, we have already done. The partner name also I have mentioned, like Mrs. Bhagwati Filter, Ahmedabad. They are doing, after successful development, they are supplying. This side. Hello. So these are the success stories. You can just have a look. Already developed. This is the landing gear systems. These are the hydraulic hoses. Around 280 bars. This hydraulic pressure is subjected to in these hoses. This is again the filter. These are the grease distributor assembly body. This is one part of the fuel assembly. So this is the contacts, and this you can find in our official website also. So for indigenization, I can be contacted. For outsourcing, there is a contact, and for vendor registration purposes also, you have a direct link, email ID to forward your registration request. So with this, I thank you. I believe this is a beginning, and you will come forward and meet at our workplace with your whatever scope you deal with. Thank you so much.
Hello. Yeah. So yeah, we are back in shape. So we have the last speaker with us, Mr. Rahul Gupta, Director, National Security and Defence from Ernst & Young, and he is going to make a talk on the make procedure and reforms in procurement process. Mr. Rahul Gupta, can you hear me?
Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, Rahul, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Great. Yeah, I can hear you properly, yeah.
Great, great. So I believe you are going to share your slides?
Yeah, I have share my screen. I hope that is visible to everyone.
We can see you. We can see you.
Great, great, great.
Yeah.
So I hope I can start now.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. So hello everyone, and I would like to thank FICCI, DDP, and HL for allowing me this opportunity to speak on a critical subject that is there, which is make procedure and reforms in defense procurement process. I'm Rahul Gupta. I'm director working in the National Security and Defense Practice of EY, and I have been working with various DPSUs and armed forces. It is truly an honor to address such esteemed gathering of government officials, defense experts, and thought leaders and thought leaders. As you understand, the security landscape, it is quite evolving. We are talking about various reforms being planned by Ministry of Defense, our Honorable Raksha Mantri. So it becomes pertinent for understanding the procurement ecosystem that exists. So, and obviously, I will be talking about the make procedure that is there in defense acquisition procedure, and what are the various expectations that are coming up from SME sector. So before going into those details, I would want to first give you a brief about what trends are we witnessing in defense sector. So as we all are aware that 2025 has been declared as an year of reforms by our Honorable Raksha Mantri. So this has really laid down the foundation for advancements in defense preparedness to ensure that India's security and sovereignty exist between the challenges of social geopolitical pressures that we are witnessing, technology advancements that are very much required to be adopted, that we are considered as the defense forces of the future. Talking about the key trends, we have discussed a lot about DAP revamps that are being planned. More than 500 schemes are being planned, and broadly across categories like application, battlefield awareness, command and control systems, and protection. And we have been hearing a lot from other experts on the growth expected on defense production, which is planned to reach around 3 lakh crores by 2029, specifically in defense production. We are seeing a lot of traction coming from private sector, and when I say collaboration with companies like Tata and L&Ts. So a collaboration is very much needed so that the ethos of indigenization is there. And we have already discussed a lot about schemes being planned by various agencies like NAC, SIDBI, how MSME companies can be benefited from the finances being offered to them, specifically for defense innovations. Talking about technology, since I'm from technology background, it is very much important for us to understand the new areas that are being envisaged, how we can leverage the space and cyber capabilities, how we can ensure the usage of artificial intelligence for maybe remote inspection of maybe manufacturing facilities, how we can use AI for better underwater surveillance. So all these initiatives are being planned. On this, the last part is obviously we talked about Srijan portal that has given an access to MSMEs about the PILs that are being planned by Indian government. As of now, about 5 lists are approved, which list around 4,000 items. So the quantum is huge. The potential is huge. It is more about how we can improve our procurement management. So I will briefly talk about the area of strategic reforms that are being planned. We have heard about the way theaterization is being planned so that joint operational capabilities becomes reality for us, how our armed forces can actually collaborate. So this gives an opportunity to MSME to build products that will benefit all the three forces. Also, we are seeing it has been called out to ease out the acquisition procedures, again benefiting the MSME cluster. how we can have better collaboration between civil and military. So basically, the intent is to break the silos. And important for from defense standpoint, propellants, aircrafts, land system, missiles. So basically, UP defense system has provided all these domains to FICCI cluster. We have talked a lot about the IT. I will not spend much more time on this. But in summary, if I can just mention that UP has been a front runner in establishing a great defense ecosystem. They are coming up with their revised aerospace and defense policy. And obviously, we discussed about the DTI facility being planned. So great opportunity for MSME cluster at UP. Now, while we are seeing a lot of innovations being planned, products being listed under PIA, but it is we are basically under a paradox, which requires us to bring certain changes in various make procedures and procurement norms of defense. Before going into that, I would like to give a brief about what make procedure is all about. So if you can look at DAP 2020, it has a specific section on three type of make procedures: make 1, make 2, and make 3. The intent is to obviously have better self-reliance in defense capabilities, how we can improve the innovation potential of MSMEs, how MSMEs can collaborate with private sector, and obviously transfer of technology is very much required. So this make procedure basically touch upon all these objectives. Now going into aspects of each of these three make categories. Make 1 is largely a government funded procedure, which requires so government has been funding till 70% of development and prototyping, while make 2 is largely around the private sector funding. So MSME sector can basically look at both make 2 categories defined in DAP. Make 3 is largely around how we can replicate what is being already developed by foreign, how we can have better local manufacturing capabilities. Again, on the eligibility front, it is quite clear that make 1 is open for both public and private, make 2 for all industries, and make 3 is something which is very much a collaboration will be required for technology transfer with foreigners. Talking about the IC content, make 1, make 2 talks about at least 50% of IC content, indigenized content in your product or in your maybe application that you're planning to develop, while make 3 talks about the indigenous content. On the process part, basically how you will get your project approved or basically your product approved. Make 1 primarily is being looked by MOD, and they undergo often a competitive bidding for funding the prototype. Make 2 is largely around it's a massive of projects that are basically so approved by the industry. Once it is developed, undergo a trial, followed by production order. Third is largely around MOD-based input data, and vendors are basically invited to develop that locally. If I can just cite some examples that are being planned or may have happened in these three categories, the complexity
is more when we talk about make one product. Talks about development of new fighter aircraft, advanced radar. While if I can talk about sub-assemblies, small arms, drones, that are normally under make two category. While the make three talks about the manufacturing of foreign design systems. Now, so basically, all these make systems can be leveraged by MSME sector for better large-scale defense contracts. Obviously, that is very much required because the larger the defense contract, it will have a better cash flow for MSME. By leveraging these procedures, you are basically getting more access to expertise, supply chain networks. Your capacity building is on a better front if you can leverage all these make procedures. And obviously, these procedures will help you build your market credibility. It is very much required for repeat business. Now, these are the last couple of, I will not take much time, I understand the paucity of time over here. So I will touch upon basic reforms that are being planned or are in progress. If you look at the simplification of make procedure, maybe if you can look at how we can reduce the approvals that are there and basically accommodate them for better agility to the MSMEs. How we can have a better decision-making mechanism. If you can think of a dedicated task force that are only meant for your approval of MSME proposals. Third is on the eligibility criteria. While there are exemptions for startups, but maybe if you can think of a consortia or basically if you can encourage smaller scale projects, that the MSME actually starts with the project and maybe on the longer run, if they will get more investments via SIDBI, via an AC platform, then obviously they can scale up. On the innovation front, obviously when you partner with defense R&D, DRDO or BPSU, that again will become an important factor for growth in MSME. The last one talks about the procurement preferences. Maybe if you can think of a preference policy or organized MSME, that will give an impetus to MSME sector. These are the last 6 pointers that I would want to discuss on the procurement improvement factor. If I talk about the categorization and the opportunity for MSMEs, like only X amount of these categories are already meant for MSMEs, so that really helps them start with the development process. And to reduce the regulatory and compliance burdens, I mean, we can plan a dedicated compliance cell. Because an MSME person would want to spend his time, his or her time on developing the product, maybe will seek for some support with respect to regulatory requirements. On the mentorship front, yes, as you know, whenever an incubation happens, a mentorship is very much required. I mean, if the product that is being developed, I know that is being done by IDEX, lately by IDEX is taking an initiative, but if you can think of bringing large DPSs like HCL and maybe, if they can plan mentorship programs for such MSME sector. Again, many of MSMEs, EY has been interacting with various MSMEs in different domains, but an outreach program becomes important for them to help them understand the changes that are being planned at defense. I mean, what are the various products that are being planned, and are there any issues that MSME sector is facing, or if you can think of some redressal mechanisms, so that that comfort is there for the overall MSME ecosystem. And finally, if you can look at how we can ensure a long-term commitment for MSME sector, which again, while short-term contracts are very much required, but if the mechanism of having engaged the MSME sector for a longer period, it will help the person or the company ensure a steady stream of orders for them. Finally, I would want to close my session with a statement from my side that India is on a path to become self-reliant defense power. But for that to happen, a good amount of relaxation or maybe reforms can be planned which actually support the MSME ecosystem. Then obviously we will be in a better situation. So, or basically the best situation that we would want to be in. So, I mean, let us rise to the challenge as a nation and make the vision a reality.